Hi, hello, and welcome to our premiere episode of Tales from the Loop here on the Sword and Key Twitch channel. I am Anniek, I go by she, they pronouns, and I am the game master today. And we are going to quickly go around and let our wonderful players briefly introduce themselves. And then we're just going to get right into the game. Eva, would you like to start us off?
I think and hope I can do that. My name is Eva. I am one of the co-founders of this channel. My pronouns are she, her. And today I am playing Alma Larson, who also uses she, her pronouns. And she's a bit
Thank
of
you
a
very much.
rocker, but I couldn't find the right wig for it this morning. So this is what we've got.
The lipstick is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, don't worry. Gena.
Hey, I'm Gena. I use she, her pronouns. Today I'm playing Nicolina Barask, who is a jock. I'm not dressed for that, but you should know that.
Theater of the mind. Tori.
Hello, I'm Tori, and I am playing, oh god, how do I pronounce the last name? I forgot. I'm playing Lucy Liljeroth, who is a weirdo.
Perfect. Part of the weirdo can be, of course, refusing to pronounce your own last name properly. Be a rebel. I'm trying to help you out. Val.
Hi everybody, I am Valdrianth on the internet. I'm just a little guy. I use any and all pronouns. And I'm playing Brian, who uses he and him pronouns.
All right. Thank you very much. Plugging exciting programs and plans and future endeavors will be at the end of the stream. So if you want to know where else you can find these lovely people, stay tuned. But for now, we are going to start our very first Tales from the Loop Signals from Above session. We have 4 kids. Fair warning for those of you who haven't played Tales from the Loop before, we have teenagers we are dealing with. And yet it is a mystery / eerie game. It's not quite horror, but some things can be pretty gross, so also mind the content warnings that have been posted in the chat. If you need to take a break or step away for any reason at any point in time, please feel free to. Your mental health matters more than any game. All right, we are going to start by getting to know our kids a little bit better. And I think for now, we're going to start with Lucy. It is summer on this wonderful Swedish island in a parallel universe where robotics and Mac trains are the standard. You live under the... It's not necessarily an oppressive aura of the loop, but it is always there. It is the reason robots harvest the fields. It's summer break. It is warm. It is too warm. It's oppressive. It's gross. You're not used to this. But you do have summer break. On a regular summer break day, where would we find Lucy?
I think Lucy is probably outside somewhere, maybe in the backyard or, out in some random patch of grass, listening to music. If she's near a place that has an outlet, like a wall outlet, she's probably got a beat up record player plugged in that's not quite incongruous. It's the 80s. People still have record players.
They really do. But cassettes and VHS are becoming very popular.
Yes, but Lucy doesn't like those things because they are popular, and she likes things that aren't. So she's got an old LP spinning. Let's say it's Revolver. It's the Beatles. She loves the Beatles. And she's just staring at the clouds with an extension cord plugging the record player into the house.
Wonderful. Staring at the clouds, Beatles playing in the background. It seems fairly idyllic. Currently, your mom is at home with you, but you hear her puttering around in the house, and you notice, because you've heard this before, you've noticed this before, instead of the usual calm morning sounds, she sounds agitated. Like she's not speaking, but the doors are slammed just a little bit louder. The cutlery drawer gets yanked open just a little too aggressively, and you can hear her just not quite stomping, but the way people walk when they're aggravated and they're trying not to sound aggravated.
That would be the reason I'm outside.
Fair enough. Do you stay outside?
Absolutely. Just trying to be as quiet as possible and not draw any attention because, if she's in a mood like this, I would rather not be the force of it or the focus of it.
What does your mom do for a living?
I think she's a nurse. She is a nurse at a local healthcare facility.
Okay. You hear her stop in her tracks and come towards the back door. And just go, Lucy!
Yeah. Yep. I'm over here.
Yes, I know you're over there. Look, I have back-to-back shifts. Lucy, chores. I beg you, do your chores.
Yep.
There isn't a clean... listen first. There isn't a clean pan in this house.
I will wash the pans.
And
mop the
you're
floor.
There is a chore chart, Lucy, I beg you.
I will read the chore chart.
Thank you. There is dinner for you to heat up in the fridge. You know all the phone numbers.
Mhm.
Be good. I'll try and stop by between shifts. I might sleep over at the clinic. I don't know if everyone's coming in today.
That's fair. Yep.
Okay. Be good.
I always am.
I know. You're a very good girl. Thank you. As she turns around, walks back inside, and just before the back door closes, pulls it open again. I love you.
Love you too.
It's just, you can see just the lines on her face. She is so tired.
Yep. As soon as she leaves the house, I think Lucy visibly relaxes. Okay, that's less walking on eggshells now.
What do you do?
I think she would take a little bit of time to okay, she's gone. Everything in the house is more chill. And then I would go inside, look at the chore chart, read the chore chart as I said I would, put my record player away and leave the house.
That tracks. Where you go?
I'm gonna go to the treehouse or head towards the treehouse.
Head towards the treehouse. Excellent. Let's see. Where would we find Nicolina on a summer break day?
Well, normally she would be out doing whatever pickup games with other neighborhood kids and the neighbors and stuff. But she's not allowed to do that because her wrist is broken. So I think that she's just lying on a couch in the living room. I think she's got her foot up against the table that's one of the side tables next to the sofa, and is doing that, bouncing her foot on the table. I think that's what she's doing. She's very restless. but she's not allowed to go outside to play with anybody, do sports things.
Oh,
So-
no sports.
No.
Your mom is sat in the kitchen, like at the kitchen table. Papers just spread everywhere. Notebook, pencils, colored gel pens, markers, everything. You know she's taking classes to try and get a slightly better job. You don't know what kind of classes. You don't necessarily care what kind of classes. But at one point, after sighing audibly a few times, just going, will you stop twitching?
She immediately stops, but it's like that really loud, like, bang.
There are other things to do than sports, Nikolina. Call Johanna. Ask if she wants to, like, ride your bike somewhere, go to the library, catch up on your schoolwork. I'm not saying you're behind. I'm just saying you're behind.
Boring. I don't.
She gestures to like her coursework and go, I know. And yet. You're cutting out for me a lot,
Oh.
and I can't hear you.
Oh no. Okay. Can I go? Can I leave the house?
You can leave the house. You know the rules. No sports of
Okay.
any kind.
Okay.
Don't ruin your wrist.
Okay.
Watch the cast. Don't get it wet. Be good.
Okay.
General rule for all the kids. But for you, I know you're usually good, but you know, some of your friends don't get caught up. I know you always want to help but don't get caught up is what
Okay.
I'm asking. But yes, you can go outside. Just mind the wrist, because if you refracture it, it's gonna take even longer to heal, and then you won't have it fixed in time for school.
Okay.
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 Go before I change my mind.
Do you-
Go.
Okay. I'm gonna run to the door. It's that thing where, like, you know, the door the door slams back on because she didn't close it, and they're just gonna come back in. Do you want me to get anything while I'm out, or like, because you know you have
We're almost out of soda. Some kind of soda.
some kind,
Some kind of soda.
just any kind of soda.
You pick.
Oh, okay.
Dealer's choice.
Okay. Are you sure? You sure you
I
don't
am
want like
sure.
anything specific? Oh, okay. Okay.
Nope.
Bye. Good luck
Bye.
with the. Bye.
Thank you.
Just
She's like half waving while writing a note somewhere on a sticky note and just
okay.
making a review schedule.
Nicolina's like really nervous because like that seems like it's not really helpful to have like a anything because now
Oh,
it
your
seems
mother
like
knows.
there's like
Yeah.
a wrong choice now in her
Exactly.
mind.
She knows, like, she's like, okay, you deal with the choice paralysis. I don't have the brain space to do this.
Okay. She like awkwardly. This time she closes the door quietly though, because the bang was really loud.
But
She's gonna
accidental, so forgiven.
she's gonna go to the treehouse. Johanna. Nicolina doesn't like the library, and Johanna likes the library. So.
Okay.
She's gonna go. It's very
Right to the tree highs.
nervous. She does go around the back, pick up her floorball stick, make sure that her mom duck under the window so that her mom doesn't see her taking it, because then she's gonna think that she's going
No
to do
sports.
sports. She just it's her like emotional support stick. She's gonna take it, but she doesn't want her mom to think that she's doing sports because she's not doing sports. She's just has the stick.
Fair enough. Logistical question: are we walking to the tree house? Are we biking to the tree house?
I think she's gonna bike to the treehouse. She'll like try and I think she'll try and like strap it to her back of some sort. I think there's probably like a bag she can put it in, like a sports bag, I guess. I'm not a jock. I don't know how they transport sticks.
The way I used to do it was sports bag and then put it in the loop in the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Perfect. All right. Alma. Early morning, summer break. Mom's at work. Dad's home. Where's Alma?
You said early morning and summer break.
Well, early
so
morning for
I
a
think
teenager,
it's
so like 10
pretty
a.m.
obvious. Okay. Well, probably listening to music in bed. Hasn't gotten out yet, but eventually. Soon. Unless I hear
Will-
someone else, like, around and about. And I definitely am listening to, like, the sound of the neighbor's dog over my music.
Yeah, the neighbor's dog, they have several. They do like to like...
They're good dogs, just
They,
not musically
yeah, but they can be
inclined.
loud, you know? They're not... Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe if you played something more classical, they'd settle down, but not currently. Like I said, your mom's at work. You can hear your dad out and about. You can hear the whistling of like... Talk about neighbors' dogs. When came to visit me? You can hear him flipping through the newspaper. So at this point of the day, you'd know he's looking at like the ads.
Yeah.
You've no idea if it's going well, but that's what he's doing.
I might, after a while, if I don't hear anything that like needs to be recorded onto one of my super important mixtapes, like peek my head out to start like scrounging for food. It's not that we don't have food. We definitely have food. This is not. It's just, you know,
The thing
her
is,
method of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was about to ask. Your mom's a scientist, and your dad's, you know, has a lot of free time right now.
He's between
are-
work, I think. I don't know.
Between
It's-
work. But you know how you have households who like have ready to eat food, and you have to prepare food households.
Mhm.
You're sadly for you, this is a you have to prepare food household. So there's ingredients.
This is an ingredient house.
It's an ingredient house.
Oh no.
Look, she chose to have the one character with two parents. That makes you the ingredient house.
Yeah.
We're like solidly in that like absolutely middle class like tax bracket, I think.
Yeah.
Currently, thanks to your mom, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Which is also why you haven't seen her in 4 days, but you know.
That's
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I know what my mom does besides science stuff. Like she's got the white coat, doesn't talk about it. I think for
No,
a
she has
solid-
like the I don't know what they're called. I was gonna call them manila folder, but you can only call them manila folders from
If
the
it's from
manila.
Manila,
She has the top secret folders,
Yeah.
like in a locked cabinet in her workroom, and the suspiciously unmarked security badge.
I think growing up, I genuinely thought she was just a science teacher, and like those were like her assignments that she was grading.
Well, your students' privacy is very important,
I
so
should be. It is true. Is it?
it
is?
really
Are you
isn't.
serious?
It was once upon a time, but they've moved away from
Oh
it.
yeah. Well, it's like Kleenex being tissues and stuff now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Xerox for copying.
Yeah. But it was true.
But it's
Very
not
good.
as protected as champagne being from the Champagne region, because otherwise it's sparkly wine. So it used to be, but we've moved past it.
I love TTRPGs because I learn something new every day.
One of these days, gonna put that educational tag right in the. It's fine.
I work for that tag every time, and you never give it to me.
I'll add it.
100 episodes deep, and I still don't get it.
Not playing a dinosaur nerd this time, so definitely can. Sorry.
Look, there's a reason we still have a command for of pangolin facts in the chat, and it has nothing to do with the game we
It
were
took me
playing.
so long to add all of those. I'm not taking it away.
It had nothing to do with what we were playing.
Exclamation mark pangolin.
Just pangolin.
It did because Fauna and Flora was raising
It
money
wasn't
for
in the
pangolins.
game.
Well, no.
Yes.
'Cause y'all were
Anywho,
cowards.
shall we
Anyway.
attempt to remain somewhat on track? We have 4 episodes for this.
I apologize for my.
You know how bad I am at this. There's a reason we took 4 episodes for something the book says takes 3 hours.
I am going to. If there is a carrot, I am gonna grab it because I don't feel like making cereal.
Baking
And it's
cereal. Bake it from
crunchy.
scratch. Make it in the oven.
Look.
No,
So
if you
it's not my
if,
fault if you sidetrack me.
if Alma thinks a bowl and milk and cereal is too many steps, by all means take the carrot.
This
I
morning it is.
I am judging your character harshly, and that is my job.
You should. She's an asshole.
She is.
But wait, because she is gonna kiss her dad on the back of the head on her way, like, to the front porch.
You see how he's been circling ads,
Yeah.
and then there's a little notepad next to it with like calls he's already made, and most of them are like already marked through with a no.
I do not see it. I mean, like, I clock it, but, like, I'm trying to actively not clock it.
Head meets sand.
Yeah. And Alma is, so she's 14.
So old.
So old. And I think in all of my research I didn't check, but it's probably definitely cold enough still for, like, a flannel shirt to be appropriate. Summer break or no. In her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably one of her dad's old ones. Very worn. Oh, probably still smells like him. I know he's still alive, but, like, now I'm getting all up in
You
my
just said goodbye to him.
I know, he is
He's
still
like,
in.
he's you're the
front of
one
me.
person whose dad is in the
fatherless-
kitchen.
Fatherless energy even extends to people with fathers in this game.
Look, he is going through
We
a
have a-
lot emotionally, so it's like he's left.
It's like we have a subtitle for the subtitle. It's like Tales from the Loop, Signals from Above, Fatherless Energy.
Fine, I'll fix it. Yeah, and then I will take my carrot and my boombox, and I'm gonna head out, at least as far as the front porch. Because I don't know if Brian's up or not, but I'm not gonna just, like, head out into the great world without touching base for the day.
Oh, I hate that expression, but sure.
Touching base?
Personal
It's a
pet
baseball.
peeve.
Yeah, it's baseball reference.
Yeah.
Let's loop back around to that.
Let's put it on our backlog
people
and talk about
will
it
talk
next
to your
sprint.
people.
Get the heads up.
We'll,
synergy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm feeling like a treehouse kind of day.
Feeling a treehouse kind of made perfect.
But even a punky asshole like me is not going to wake up another teen sibling on an early summer vacation day.
Wow. As the youngest sibling that usually got awoken by freezing cold water to the face, kudos. All right.
Look, I would absolutely fuck my sister up, but Brian's different.
Oh, special treatment. All right, let's go touch base with Brian.
Just
think
because
with
Roscoe
Brian-
would fuck me up.
Roscoe, what the fuck you doing?
That's the only reason.
So Brian he's been up for like probably since around 8 o'clock. He kind of falls asleep a little bit early. He's like that kind of teenage boy where he's like, I don't have anything to do, I'm just gonna go to bed kind of thing. But he's
I do that and I'm 40.
Yeah, he's not in his bedroom. He's kind of in like a little side room, like the den, not necessarily the living room, where there's like this, where there's a CRTV with like antennas and stuff like that, and you just like hear because he's trying to beat that second level in Super Mario World, like, and he's been at it for 2 days, like, because he just can't get on like that second hoop, and he's been trying. And his dog Roscoe, who is a border collie, is just kind of like sitting next to him. Like Brian is like in a big beanbag, and like the curtains are drawn and it's dark, and he doesn't know what time it is. Like
I can only imagine what this room smells like.
I mean, like, it's the family den, so it's probably, so there's, you know, the TV, the beanbags, the books,
The marinated
like,
teenage boy.
marinating teenage boy, the dog, sort of thing. So, and Roscoe is a red Merle border collie mix that is like sort of curled up like next to him, on his, like on the other side of the beanbag. So
I think somewhere between the 418th and the 419th attempt at this level,
yeah.
Mr. Larson shovels into the den, newspaper in one hand, sort of goes,
Does he turn the light on?
no, he opens the curtains.
Ah!
Worse, we're going daylight.
Like, just puts his, like, I just sort of like, okay, ow. Covers my face, like, squints and, like,
He just
looks
sort of
up.
looks at you judgmentally, going, how long have you been in here?
Like, 5 a.m.? I don't know. I woke up, couldn't go back to sleep.
Okay.
It was too dark to read. Didn't want to wake anyone.
Okay, so if Brian, if your goal is not to wake anyone for next time, maybe don't have the volume up this loud. Other than that, I appreciate the discretion.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, 5. Yeah, no, it's fine. Look, Elba was already at work, which is why she didn't get mad at you. God knows Alma seems to sleep through absolutely everything nowadays, but for my sake. I have to go down to the docks. Just the noise levels, okay?
Okay, so everybody's gonna be gone now, so I can keep the noise levels fine.
The noise levels, yes.
Okay.
He does that grown man squat like down to your eye level when you get the feeling he's going for like a man-to-man talk.
Yeah. And I know he is also feeling really bad because he has a bad hip. Like, so this is...
Don't mention his knees. They're...
Yeah.
His body's wrecked.
Yeah.
You can hear the knees pop as he squats down.
Oh, like, I kind of, like, cringe, like, hearing, like, the snap, crackle, pop. Like, I audibly, like, cringe. Like, visually. Like...
Look, Brian, the noise level, fine. And I know Elba isn't going to talk to you about this because she doesn't feel like it's her place, and I don't think your mom's going to talk to you about this, so it's going to have to come from me. You're at an age where your body is doing certain things, and I don't know how to tell you this nicely because I am not good at this, but boy, you stink. The den, I first thought it was the dog, but honestly, I don't think it's Roscoe. I beg you. Just do I need to buy you deodorant? Is your mom not buying you deodorant? Because I can get you some deodorant.
I don't know, she's in rehab!
Maybe shower a little more often,
Oh,
or maybe. I think this is the
didn't know.
shirt you wore
didn't-
yesterday.
I did. Did I? Like he's
Like
like, I
8
only have
stains
like
down
5.
the front. I will buy. Look, I will buy you more shirts if that's the
No,
issue.
no, don't
but
do
maybe
that. You don't. It's fine. You don't need to buy me more shirts.
You can grab some of mine, but just
No offense, but they're really big.
I'm just. Look, I don't want you to have to deal with this from your peers when you go back to school. I know it's summer holiday and routines slack a little, but I'm just I can smell you down the hallway and I love you, but I cannot do this anymore.
You don't have to. Okay, I will go.
Do I need to buy you a razor? Is that are we at that
He like
point?
feels. He goes, "Do you?" And he feels his face. Like, is it? Do I have something?
It's a little dusky. There's like
Oh.
we can look if you feel like you need to, you can borrow mine and we'll get yours. But for now, even if you're like I don't have time for a full shower, although you have summer break, so I don't know why you wouldn't have time for a shower. At least do the pits and
Okay, please stop.
just dip them in the
Stop.
sink
I'm
for all
going
I care.
shower. I promise, I'm going right now.
Thank you
Like,
so much.
Okay, thanks. Cool. And I sort of
Don't forget to wash your hair.
Right, and I look at Roscoe and I go, Roscoe, stand. And like Roscoe kind of like gets to the side and like y'all see, like I put like my hand on him because one of Roscoe's, because Roscoe is Brian's service animal, because Brian has a connective tissue disease and can't bend properly at the hip sometimes, so he needs help standing up from a sitting position and picking things up. So Roscoe stands up and is Brian's support to get to his feet. And once he's to his feet, he's just gotta lubricate the hip. And then he can, he can get into the shower just fine and he can stand up. But Roscoe is, just in case he drops the shampoo bottle, Roscoe's there. Not in the shower. The dog probably also needs a bath, but like. And then like after his shower and he freshens up and he checks out his little shadow, he gets dressed and he puts on Roscoe's little vest since he's leaving, to say service animal, please don't touch. And Roscoe doesn't even have like a leash kind of ordeal because he needs to be able to move around properly, but he is a border collie, so he's pretty good at not needing a leash for his task. So, and then he eventually walks out on the porch, and
if you walk past the family den,
yeah,
and you see that the game cartridge is gone, and there's a note on the TV that just says, "Go outside, love you, Alexander."
I have
which
a
is
question. This is a very
name.
important question. Is the light blinking on the NES? Did he at least turn it off before taking the cartridge out?
Oh, that is a wonderful.
Does he know he has to turn it off?
No, that is a good question. I'm gonna roll Tinker for Alma's dad and see if he did.
The fear I just felt.
I know.
I cold sweat.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna roll a Tinker check for him.
Uh-oh.
He did. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
good.
You are good.
Everyone was like waiting with bated
Nope,
breath
we
on
have
that
a
one.
6 and 2 5s. Your game is saved.
Okay.
Scariest
cool.
thing that's gonna
Yeah.
happen this entire series.
Yeah, and like there's like a moment where like I stop and I look, and I see like the thing is like properly turned off, and I just like, okay. And he looks at Roscoe. I guess we have to go outside. I make a pit stop to my bedroom. I pick up a copy of The Two Towers, and I go join my cousin on the front porch because it's obvious people are complaining about my noise level. She has a boombox. Like,
Look, we can complain about several people at the same time. Don't worry.
fair. It's fair.
All right. Considering our timelines, I would say Lucy, at this point you're arriving at the treehouse. You are the first there today. Would you like to describe the treehouse? Bearing in mind, people get to add to it later.
Yes, I would say it's not like a professionally built treehouse. It's in a tree that is big enough that it's not going to fall out of the tree, but it's small. It's the kind of kid hideout where nobody's standing up in it. You can like maybe sit up if you like are lounging back a little bit, but mostly we're all kind of huddled in there when we're in there. Is it fair to say that there's some kind? I don't think we have electricity. It's a treehouse.
No, you don't have electricity.
Little kerosene lamps.
Yeah, we've got like a lamp of some kind, and I think Lucy probably brought like a cassette player of some sort.
Fair enough.
And
you don't have like a wall outlet, but you do have battery powered options.
Okay. I was born in 1992. I don't know what was going on.
Can we have one of those cool like hand crank ones?
Ooh, we could.
If you want, you can have one of those. They're horrifying, but if you want one.
I just found one of those and a hand crank radio, and
Fine.
God, they're awful, but very useful.
We have, like in the emergency kit, we have one of those squeezy flashlights. And they start awesome, and then they hurt your hands so bad.
Yeah. I think we probably also have some snacks in a box of some kind that hopefully mice can't get into. And hopefully. And somebody brought some like ratty old blankets so we're not sitting on bare wood floor.
I will add to this because you're trying to make this a nice place, but it is a horror game. This place, like most of the island at this time of year, is covered in mosquitoes.
So we have mosquito spray as well.
I was about to say maybe either nets or spray. Or
yeah. Or like
or you know, despondent acceptance. I'll take either.
I would say spray that only partially works, and like one time maybe we had one of those what do you call them? Candles that keep mosquitoes away.
Oh, the citron ones?
Citronella ones, but the dog knocked it over and almost lit the place on fire, so we don't use that anymore.
Excuse me, you do not blame Roscoe for that. I'm sorry, that is not his fault. He is too good at his job.
It was absolutely Alma, but she did not take
But
blame.
it was Alma, but she let us blame it on the dog.
Exactly. Alma knocked it over and went, let's go.
So now we don't have a candle anymore, but there's still wax on the floor from where that got knocked over.
Nice.
Honestly, that checks. All right. Gena, I think you'd be second to arrive. Now that we have characters meeting each other, what do Lucy and Nicolina actually look like?
I think Nicolina, she has like she has shoulder length dark hair. Kind of yeah. And it's she like keeps it up. She usually keeps up her ponytail, but she doesn't like let her mom touch her hair, and it's been kind of awkward with like the I mean, she can use her hand, but like when she does it, it like gets caught, like the straight parts get caught on, like, you know, the little pins that they use to keep the cast closed and stuff like that. So like she just doesn't do it because every time she puts it up there, it like pulls out all the flyaways. She doesn't like that. So now she just has her hair all out, which sucks because it is the summer and it is very hot.
Sweaty neck.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Lots of like well-meaning adults going, "You look so lovely with your hair down, Nicolina."
Exactly. It's like, no, don't touch. Stop! Don't touch me. I think she is short.
You could wear it down more often.
So much. I'm doing her a favor by not deciding that it's as thick as mine.
Fair.
I
Someone
think
who
she's
shaves her head in the summer. Fair.
I think she's like short, like almost unexpectedly short. It's one of those things where people don't say like for her age because they don't know if she's gonna stay this short. She's gonna stay this short.
You don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet. That's how everybody is taking it. She's
Tall
not getting
until
taller.
proven otherwise.
Yeah. So, so she's like 5'2" ish.
I was about to say, for the edification of everyone, even in the 80s, the Swedish were like top 3 tallest people on the planet. So what
Yeah.
we're considering short for the Swedes is still tall for the Americans.
Yeah. Like she's like unusually short. Like
Travel size.
yeah. So everybody's like, oh, you're like, it could happen. It's not.
You'll-
It's not.
You'll get a growth spurt.
She's gonna be the shortest person forever, and everybody's pretending that's not gonna happen. Yeah, we've gone on for a very long time.
But that's the worst for a jock, though.
Yeah, I think she's got like a tennis skirt type situation with like with shorts underneath. She does not. You will be seeing the shirt. She doesn't care. She's running around in skirts and underpants. It's what the shorts are for. Why would she care about the tennis skirt situation? So, most important thing.
And Lucy, who is she biking up to?
So Lucy has mousy brown hair and freckles. Her hair is extremely long. She wears it in a braid. If she didn't, it would be past like to her butt. But she wears it in a braid to kind of keep it more contained. Lucy thinks of herself as a hippie, despite it being the 80s. So like, it's not even like a cool retro kid. It's like it's like being into like the early 2000s. You know, some kids are into the early 2000s, and you're like, come on, kids. But
I'm
she
still
thinks like,
into the early 2000s. I don't know what you're talking
yes,
about.
but we're adults. It's like
You were there.
We were there.
Exactly.
But Lucy thinks of herself as a hippie. She's got probably like bell-bottom jeans on that are really ratty and beat up, and she stands on the bottom of them, so they're all torn out. You know, when we were all wearing flares.
You're describing the pants I wore for all of high school.
Yeah, and
Me
it's
too.
wet
These are-
all the way up to your knees.
Yep.
Like...
I told you I'm playing a slightly fantasy version of 14-year-old me.
Fair enough.
So she's also probably got a Beatles t-shirt on. Again, she really likes the Beatles, and will say like a silly crocheted sort of cardigan type of thing that's not warm or fashionable, but it looks
Perfect.
hippie.
All right. Nicolina, you arrive at the hideout, and Lucy is already there.
Nicolina was like kind of planning that she was just gonna like throw the stick up there, but now she can't do that because.
I
Hey.
stick my head out of the window. Hi.
Hi.
How's your arm?
It's an arm.
Okay. Still broken?
Yes, it does. She's gonna very carefully put her bike against the base of the tree. None of that throwing nonsense. Could you?
Wow.
Could you? Her mom's gonna be real mad if she breaks that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have money for a new one.
No. Could you? Do you? Is it just
I'll,
you?
I'll grab this. Yeah, it's just me. I'll grab the stick if you hand it up. And I scoot towards the entrance and hold my arm out, like. And I grab it and pull it into the treehouse.
Okay. Okay. Is it just? She doesn't want to go up. She kind of doesn't want to go up. Not because
You gonna stay down there today?
I don't know. What
You-
are we doing? Is
I-
it just?
It's just me right now. I don't know. I can come down there if you want. Do you want?
No.
Okay.
Nick-
Okay.
Nicolina doesn't really relate to is the thing, like, in my mind. She doesn't want to get up there and get stuck in a conversation.
Yeah, she
Because
will
it's-
start. She will start talking about like probably the Beatles.
She doesn't want to talk about the Beatles. She really does not want to talk about the Beatles.
You're being talked at about the Beatles
Yeah.
through the window at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She's talking about like. Did I ever tell you about how Beatles
Yeah.
for sale? Like, you can find alternate cover art of it, and and yeah, it's really cool. I've been looking for one at the record store, and she's just going on and on and on.
I think Nicolina's just gonna sort of I like to think that the treehouse is like sort of like I remember we placed on a map at like a forested area. It's like at the edge where like because shit's a
It was at the edge of the Vendelet, so
Yes.
where we're heading towards the forested area, but not in like not
Yeah.
dead center forest.
Yeah, I like to think it's like, you know, and the tree line, and there's the farmland that she had to bike through to get here, and then it's like among the first trees. So she's just sort of like looking out into the forest, pretending like she's looking for like, I don't know, like see if there's an interesting rabbit or like some bird, pretending that she's engrossed in like bird watching or something to like give herself an excuse to not be engaging in a conversation about the Beatles that we've probably had 6 times
Yes.
specifically. Without trying to give off that she's not paying attention, because also she wouldn't like it if Lucy got mad at her.
While you're staring off into these forested areas, sort of tuning out this whole beetle sound, you hear a voice that is not, in fact, Lucy's voice from nearby. Sort of in front and above from you. And you hear it just go, I found some corn. I found some corn. Happy, happy, happy. I found some corn. I found some corn. I found some corn.
Do I recognize the voice at all?
No.
Hey. She's gonna quickly scramble up, which is not very fast because of the wrist situation.
Yep.
Hey, shut up. Shut up for a second.
But I didn't even tell you about the copy of Rubber Soul that I found at the...
I found some corn. What
the hell is that?
Can I look out? Ugh, I'm just gonna duck under the window and like do like the ledge peeking. I assume there's a window in here.
I would hope so for air-related reasons. Roll investigate.
All right. Investigate.
It's mind-based.
Mind. I have a 1.
It's not a 0.
Okay. How do I do this?
You
So I
roll
have
a d6.
I roll a d6.
If your mind is 1. Let me check if you get any free d6s.
Yeah. I've never played a Free League game before, folks. We're learning.
Let's see. Grab a number of dice equal to your score in the attribute you use.
Which I have 3, so that's 3.
3. And then add more
3d6.
dice equal to your level in the corresponding skill.
So that's 46.
And I would start with that because everything else is like luck or pushing things, which all has a price.
Yeah.
But all you need is you need a single 6 at this point because it's not a high DC.
Nope. Sub 2115.
You peer out into this forest, and even though you're trying to find the source of this voice, can't see a thing.
I don't know who that is. I don't see them.
Corn.
Maybe they'll like go away, or
As you say this second voice cuts in going, oh, lucky you. I never have any luck. Ah, poor me. Why do I never find any corn? And as this is happening, I think Brian would have caught up to Alma because Alma was taking her sweet time going anywhere today. And the two of them are arriving together. As usual, I would almost say.
Yeah.
2.5, because Roscoe's with you.
Yeah.
But Alma was like, oh, what is the English word for slenteren? When you're walking without purpose and thereby taking longer. Ambling almost.
meandering.
Meandering.
Yeah, we have a lot of
But
English words for that.
less whimsical, like more bored teenager who doesn't actually want to go anywhere.
Might be one of those things.
Moseying might work.
Yeah.
It's very Western,
Moseying.
but yeah.
Yeah, that might be one of those things we don't have an adequate English word
That
for.
might be true.
No,
But
'cause
anyway,
we had the
Brian-
Victorians. We definitely have
Brian caught up to Alma, and you ended up at the treehouse, arriving sort of together.
Just kind of like stop and like look up and see that our friends are being very strange, and just like,
Shh.
what are you
There's somebody in the woods.
What?
I'm like also peeking in the window over Nicolina's head.
Nicolina hasn't moved, so she's blocking the window to a point you don't even get a roll.
doing?
It's not a big window, in my mind.
I'm
If you can't
can
even
see
stand
a-
in the treehouse, we're not having like bay windows or anything.
Nope.
You can see a sliver of my face, like as
Exactly.
I smush up next to Nicolina. There's somebody out there.
Well, they're useless. I'm gonna look at Roscoe. Does Roscoe seem stressed?
Roscoe is. I mean, you've hung out with Roscoe enough. You can read some of the dog body language. The fur along his spine is raised.
Okay. Yeah, this is
And
like,
he's-
is he growling?
He's not like he's not growling,
Okay.
but he is tense.
Okay. So he does notice there's something out there.
Something's not right.
Alma does
Definitely.
not know. Alma likes Roscoe, does not understand, like, dog.
No, but Brian would
Yeah.
pick up on.
Yeah, like one, my dog's not paying attention to me,
Mhm.
which is like a big like red flag sort of thing. And so I am essentially like, oh, I'm gonna go in the fucking treehouse.
As you
Kind
climb
of
up,
thing.
you also start to hear you hear two voices. One that's just like a happy chittering corn, corn, but occasionally it's briefly stops singing about corn and you hear like weird munching sounds. And another sort of deeper, sadder voice going, "Why can't I ever have any luck? What have I done? Why is my life the way it is?
I do like that we're
Why
all
do I
freaked
get
out.
nothing?"
I do like that we're all freaked out about somebody munching on corn when we do have a friend who decided their breakfast was a raw carrot.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I am your friend. I'm not an unknown quantity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sitting
And-
outside the
Exactly,
window.
exactly.
He's
You're
also
not a
not
bodiless
singing
voice in the
about
woods.
Carrots.
Yeah,
Like,
can
in
we?
the
That's a good
woods.
question. Can we see where? What do we see in the direction of where these voices are coming from?
That's what Nicolina rolled for, and she got bugs.
I see trees.
You see
Okay.
trees,
Can I say? I want to look. I
leaves
wanna look
moving in. If you shoulder Nicolina aside,
gently and kindly because I'm not mean. I'm a
Aw.
sweet little hippie. I'm non-violent.
Shouldering
Roll
the
and
person
invest-
with the
A little
cast.
pacifist.
roll to investigate.
Excellent. How many dice do I roll?
Same setup as the last one. So, however many you have for your attribute, which is mind.
Oh heck! It logged me out.
Oh no! Please have your character sheets ready, people.
Sorry.
It's
Fine.
alchemy. I don't know how to make it not sign you out. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't click on it.
There's a setting somewhere.
I've kept my
Will-
character sheet open, and it's kept it from signing me
Yeah.
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I have notes open, so it's not signing me out anymore either.
investigate. I have 2, so I roll.
So you get 3 for mind, and then an additional 2 for investigate.
That's so
It
many
says
dice.
you have 1 in investigate in
Really?
alchemy. Yeah. No, wait,
Oh,
you're right. No,
I have
sorry,
to-
my bad. You have
So
to-
I get to roll
so
5.
if you have 3
that's-
in mind and 2 in investigate, you get to roll 5.
You should always be able to roll at least one, right?
I like a game
Yes,
that lets
because
me roll a
otherwise I wouldn't
handful
call
of
for a
dice.
roll.
I got 3 4s, a 5, and a 3.
You needed a 6.
Darn. I also see trees.
Okay, so for every 6 is considered a success, and the amount of
Mhm.
successes you need is dependent on what I said
Okay.
as the DC. Usually 1 is enough, but if you're doing very unwise things, it might become more than 1.
Yep.
You
didn't-
see
oh.
trees?
Like what I'm about to do.
Oh
Yes.
god, what are... Tell us, Eva, what's Alma doing?
So it's coming from over there, and I'm gonna point like the sight line, since Nicolina was like zoned
Yep.
in. I'm I'm gonna set my boombox down by the ladder, and I'm gonna head to the tree line, or the like, not out of sight of the treehouse, but I'm just gonna get a little closer. But can I hear it from down below?
Yep,
Okay.
but much quieter.
Okay, that's what I thought. So
You can't really, like, you hear a sing-song voice and like a dramatic voice, but you cannot make out the words the way the others can.
and it's not getting any louder or anything.
Not really. It seems to be up more than forward.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's fine.
I don't
Those
think
of you who
there's-
aren't watching Twitch, the subtitle of this game is Signals from Above.
I'm in character, Anniek.
I love that for you, Eva. Tell me where Alma's going.
Which is character bleed because I, Eva, never look up in horror games, which Anniek
know.
knows.
I know, I really do. I've killed so many of your characters by putting something on the ceiling.
Oh, this is targeted.
Tell people what shirt I bought you, Eva.
It's the bird's shirt. I'd show you. I was gonna wear it, except it's in the laundry.
Next week. It's Birds Aren't Real.
Birds aren't real. It's the other subtitle of this channel.
I have a tangent for that, but I'm not gonna do it.
I wore a Mothman shirt because that seemed appropriate.
You're not wrong.
I think yes.
Look,
very
I'm
close.
also wearing a 80s alternate reality shirt. I cannot judge.
There's nothing out here. I don't think it's in the woods. Alma will be projecting that. I'm not gonna hork that into the mic, but
As you're projecting this, the voices stop and a flock of birds flies up
from the trees, I assume.
from the trees. You assume correctly.
What kind of birds?
Pigeons.
Pigeons. So not like
Pigeons.
corvids.
No, pigeons.
Pigeons are doves.
Yeah. We abandoned them.
We treated pigeons like shit and we should all feel bad about it.
Yep, you should.
I do.
I
It's one
think
of many
Lucy
things.
starts humming the Beatles song And Your Bird Can Sing.
No. I need everyone
It's
to
not
imagine
free
this
bird.
because we're not getting a copyright strike on old Beatles shit.
It's not copyright if you sing it. If it's a cover, it's fine.
Yeah.
You get like an X amount of notes anyway.
But yes, if the mood strikes on you, I don't want to like shut you down. You can sing it, just not like the whole
Play
thing.
it.
I'm not singing. Y'all are gonna have to pull up the Beatles on Spotify.
Dang it.
I will not. Anyway, flock of pigeons. The voices are gone.
I'm gonna make my way back to the treehouse and make my way up. There was nothing out there but birds, y'all. Super Swedish thing to say.
Maybe we were hearing things, Nicolina?
Okay, all three of us, like, we can't have collective hallucinations.
Actually, you can. That's a thing that happens sometimes.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing that can
Yeah,
happen.
if you're like doing, I don't know, fly agaric mushrooms.
It's a tree. There could be mushrooms.
Yeah, but I didn't eat any mushrooms. I had a banana with Nutella for breakfast.
Mom
and
says I
then-
can't try psychedelics until I'm 18.
We had bananas. Dang it.
There was one left, and
Dang it. Okay.
sorry. Well, you should have. I mean, I got up at 5, so. And
You were up
then
that
I
whole
had a.
time? I thought you were asleep.
No, I was playing Super Mario.
Without me?
You
Oh.
were asleep.
I will point out Alma, Brian, fresh shirt, wet hair. Hasn't smelled this good all week.
I notice I'm not instinctively standing upwind anymore.
Exactly. If you could describe Alma and well, Brian's already been described mostly. If you could describe Alma, please. You haven't told us what she looks like yet.
No, I kind of went with the clothes, I guess. Alma is that
Just a walking
cultish,
set of clothes.
leggy. I mean, I think she is kind of that thin coat rack sort of esque, spindly legged, definitely will be super tall.
So me when I was 14. Back when I was skinny.
Yeah, I'm just Anniek. And I
Good choice.
I think she had lovely blonde hair,
Oh, not Anniek.
but her sister got her. She probably swiped it from her sister's old room, actually. A box of black hair dye.
No. Did you?
It did not
Did
go
you?
super well.
Is it the
There's like a
Revlon?
smear here.
Are her ears still gray?
Oh.
Ears still gray, definitely some smears. I love everyone who is about to ask me like brand or type or model. Eva has never dyed her hair in her life because with it down past her back, like
Oh,
Too
lucky
much,
da. Look at
too
you and your
effort.
virgin hair.
yeah, too much. So
right.
it's
Coltish, black hair dye.
black hair dye. I think it's
No, important question. Did you also do the eyebrows?
not yet. Not yet. 'Cause
Perfect.
she didn't think about
Perfect.
it.
Teens
so-
never do.
No,
They
so,
never do.
so right now she's got like brown eyebrow pencil because like she had to get that from like her mom's like medicine cabinet.
Oof.
And
Completely uneven. Cousins, not sisters.
yeah.
Yep.
What is it when it's secondhand embarrassment, but it's yourself, but it's also a character you're playing? Anyway, so like she was able to get them darker, but like clearly not anywhere close. Like her next step is like mixing in a little bit of eyeliner, black eyeliner, to try and like tone it down.
Perfect. Absolutely
Yeah.
perfect.
Stay tuned for how that works.
Look, I was born with black eyebrows. I'm gonna die with black eyebrows. Watching my ginger friends trying to make eyebrows has been a journey that I've been on with them.
I think the only other like important features at the moment are her eyeliner either has been badly blended or she slept in it. She does have like the red
Why
lip.
not both?
Actually, fair. 14 might be a little old for this, but also it's summer break. So maybe
Swedish backwater.
she's trying it out. Yeah. She's taken like marker and she's got like a star drawn on like the back of her wrist, and she's like trying out the like tattoo like placement, but of course it just looks like a star drawn on her wrist. It's fine. Her other wrist probably has one of those like sweatbands.
Oh,
I used to draw peace signs on my feet when I was in my Beatles phase, so I think Lucy
That's so precious.
approves.
Yeah.
We're learning so much about you.
I used
Maybe,
to draw
like-
eyeballs.
Every once in a while we like trade drawings. Like I will draw one of your like weird Beatles things, and like on my offside, like I can get you to draw yeah.
Yeah, a lot of peace signs and daisies on my end.
Man, they did have a phase.
The things you do in a treehouse.
How fresh is Nicolina's injury? Like, have we seen her since she's gotten it?
I like to think, oh gosh. I know, I'm trying to remember how long these things take. I think they take like 2 months when you're 13?
Easily.
Easily. And then they take like a year.
So it's
when you're an
about,
adult.
usually it's like 6 weeks in a cast.
Yeah.
Including the smelling, the sweating, and the sloughing of the
Yeah.
skin. Depending on how you treat it. So if you've been properly careful, you're looking at 6 weeks. If it was like in the first week, Nicolina thought maybe I can try and play, and you twisted it wrong, that would have reset you.
Yeah, it is reset at least. Me, Gena, in real life broke my clavicle, and that's like a quick thing. and that was 6 weeks. So I think
My husband is the kind who got like a cast on his arm while on holiday and then went canoeing with it, flipped over, and got everything soaked, so he had to get like recast 3 times in a week.
Yeah. I think this is, I think we're like at week 3, and then she had like reset it like back at like last week. She's kind of in trouble. Like she missed like the end of like, you know, the whole like intramural like season, like post whatever the post season is in high school, you know, those nice little exhibition games. So she missed all those. It's been like 3 weeks. It's kind of fresh, long enough that she's gotten to the rhythm of not, especially after her doctor had yelled at her for the not yelled, very strongly disappointed.
Sternly spoke with you.
Yes.
Which is
In
also
her
why
mind, in her mind it's yelled.
Yeah, no, but like your mom gave you some leeway. It went horribly wrong. You were put under lockdown, and now the sanctions are lessening a little bit.
Yeah. Nobody actually yelled at her. In her mind, that's what happened.
They were just disappointed in your choices.
Yeah. Just the same as yelling at me.
Sure.
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 Don't.
Yes, I'm in agreement. Yes, that's exactly what that means.
Just that's for the audience of like when she says people yelled at her, they did not do that. She's very dramatic about these things.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it's 3 weeks ish. She should be halfway through, but she's actually not. It's probably more like a third at this point.
People have signed their cast. There's an eyeball on the cast and a peace sign on the cast.
Yeah, it's
Someone
okay.
turned one of the peace signs into a Mercedes sign somehow.
Classic move. As a kid, it took me far too long to remember which one was which.
I'm not surprised. I'm sorry.
Is it? Are you coming up?
Yeah, fine. But there's like nothing. There's no corn or whatever.
I didn't see corn. I heard someone talking about corn.
Okay,
But
well, there's no one out here talking about corn. Like, there were just
They're
some
gone now.
birds that flew off, but
Maybe the birds were talking about corn.
Birds like corn.
I mean, I like
Birds don't talk.
yeah, they're birds.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
It was pigeon. Pigeons don't talk.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Don't they have that in your books, Brian?
The pigeons definitely talk in my books.
Okay, well, these ones
Literally
probably
holds up like his fantasy novels. Like, duh.
don't. Yeah.
I just think talking pigeons seems like kind of a weird thing to put in a fantasy book. Why not just make a dragon? Or
I
like
mean, they're in there too, but
a
like,
phoenix.
like, why not have a talking pigeon?
Can I like? I think she's worried about her bike now. So I think instead of she asked Alma if she was coming up, but now she's thinking because it's like, well, if the only things are birds and they're like now there are people sneaking around and she can't. So I think she's gonna make her way toward Nicole's gonna make her way toward the door and she's gonna come back down actually.
I take like 2 steps off the ladder where I'd started to come up. Or not. That's fine.
Yeah, so now she's gonna go check on her bike to see if it's still there.
There is a giant pile of bird shit on your bike seat.
Whoa.
There's some like undigested corn kernels in it.
Oh. I think maybe it was the birds.
Birds don't talk, though. We did just establish that.
Yeah,
I didn't agree to establish that.
I got it. I have to agree with Brian. I think it's the birds because it's all over my bike now and there's corn.
Well, birds eat corn, but birds don't. Are we going to assume birds talk?
That's true. They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
I'm
If
gonna
that's
look
what that
around
means.
for more pigeons. Looking up, straight up.
Walkie-talkie.
Not too many pigeons in the wooded area right now, but plenty of pigeons on the farmland. On the ground, picking at things on the ground.
what kind of, do I know what kind of farm, like what do they do on this farm? Like what do they grow? Do they grow corn?
Not mainly, no. We're like tubers.
Okay. Yes. The pigeons are over there now. We can.
You want to go chase the birds?
Do you want to
I'm not
go
chasing
try
birds.
and ask a bird a question?
Oh yeah, Nicolina, go do that, please.
No, why do I have to do it?
You're already down there.
I'll go with
I'm
you,
disabled.
but I'm not.
I don't want to have to climb down, go through the field. Like, you know, it's a lot of work for me.
And my jeans are already wet, and I don't want to get them more wet.
Yeah.
Can I-
and, like,
can I get
you
my
just have a
stick?
broken arm. It's fine.
Can I get my stick?
Wait. Yeah, get Nicolina her
Hand the
stick.
stick down.
Lucy, why are your pants wet?
I walked in a puddle, and they, you know how they like, if you have,
It
sometimes
hasn't
when you
rained in a
have,
week.
Yeah, it just like wicked up.
yeah, you
Okay.
know, it's the look. They're supposed to be long and baggy.
Okay.
It's like carefree.
No, that's
like,
my fault
like
for
Stevie
asking.
Nicks.
I'm gonna like awkwardly stand, being like, is nobody gonna? Okay, I guess
I
I'm gonna.
handed you
You-
the stick.
Your stick in your single good hand.
Yeah.
I'll follow you from like 10 feet behind if you seem really like nervous about approaching the birds, but I have nothing with I don't even have my boombox. Like I'm just
This is what happens
put
when
it
you're
down
the
nearby.
jock in the group.
Yeah, it's just the jock. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to go by herself because now it feels like they're sending her away.
Oh, you're brave and out front. So we have Lucy and Brian in the treehouse. Michelina with a broken wrist and a floorball stick.
Floorball stick.
Floorball stick sneaking up on the birds on the fields, and Alma supporting
from 10 feet away.
From about 10 feet away behind you. I have a feeling that I know where this is going because I know the mystery. Which means we're going to go to break now,
Yeah.
and we'll resolve this after the break. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Grab some more water, pet your pets, do what you have to do. We will do what we have to do. And we will return shortly as Nicolina continues to hunt pigeons. See you soon. Where we got distracted by talking about how short 3/5 of our cast are. But that's neither here nor there because our current focus is the in-game shorty, and I mean it lovingly, Nicolina, who has a floorball stick, a wrist in a cast,
Yes.
and a certain level of determination. Not a high level of determination, but a certain level of determination to go poke a pigeon with a stick.
At least wave it in their general direction.
Bravely harass some birds.
She's not sure what she's accomplishing here.
Neither am
Oh
I.
god. She's not sure. It's just she knows that they're birds. They've messed up her bike. Or that they're
They just shat on it. It's what they do. Meanwhile, Alma is a solid 10 feet behind, offering no emotional support whatsoever. And
I'm
Lucy
here.
and
I'm
Brian,
behind her. Like, what more do you
literally,
want?
very literally. But neither here nor there. I'm not trying to shit on Alma because Lucy and Brian are even more bravely waiting in the treehouse, letting the shortest and I think youngest member of
Yes.
the party. Yep. The injured small young kids party member is being sent bravely to the front alone. Nicolina, please make a move roll for me.
A move roll. So
A move roll.
I'm actually great at those. I have
Good.
a 5 in body,
Yep.
and then I have a 3 in move because
Beautiful.
my wrist does not affect my feet. But
No, but I will take one of those away because you're
Obvious.
using the stick and not just your feet.
yep, I was about to ask that. All right. She's just waving a stick at the pigeons to see if they do anything. She doesn't want to hit them, though.
Wave a stick in their general direction.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that is 2 6s.
2 6s. You bravely wave your stick in their general direction. They fly up, and rather than cooing or more regular pigeon sounds, you hear a lot of voices going, "Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! It's you with a stick! Run! Ah! Run! Fly! Newt! Stick it away!"
I think she's also gonna be like, "Oh God, do you hear that?"
Oh God! Oh God! She's so close! Oh God! She's so
Oh,
close!
God.
Oh, I think I shat on her bite! Get away! Get away!
Alma!
Do I hear it?
Oh, absolutely! You hear that?
What did you do? What?
Oh God!
Ah, ah, humans are the worst! Oh, there's so many of them!
Come back, come
Flap,
back.
flap, 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 flap.
She's running at Alma now.
Yeah,
No.
Could we hear that at all, or is this too
Oh
far
yeah,
away?
they're screaming at this point.
I think Lucy is sitting there like, birds can talk. Birds can talk. Birds can talk. Birds can talk.
Hiding behind Alma.
Yeah.
Brian,
Very
birds can talk.
bravely.
Like birds can talk.
Birds can talk.
And can I look around to see if there's any like black mold in this treehouse that could be causing us to hallucinate?
Yeah.
Did you
collectively?
eat rye bread? Did you have any rye bread whatsoever?
Swamp
Lucy
gas.
has pulled
We did,
out-
so
Swamp
maybe.
gas.
Lucy has pulled out her notebook and is just writing birds can talk.
Brian, please
Just
roll an
in case you
investigate.
forget.
Okay, so I will have to say, I actually don't know how many I have in investigate because I could not find how to calculate the numbers.
Oh, didn't we
So
put it in your
just
character
says,
sheet last
it
night?
just says 0 on all of my skills.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is not correct.
Yeah, it did not like automatically.
So you're 14.
Yes.
So
10.
you get to put 14 points in body tech, heart, and mind, and then you get
Yep,
10
that's
points
done.
and then you get 10 points for skills,
10
with a
points for
maximum
skills.
with a maximum
Okay.
of 3 per skill.
Okay, I'm gonna have
No.
investigate be pretty high for me. No.
It's only 1 per skill, but you can put 3
For
in
your no 3 for your type.
your type, yeah, which is
Bookmark.
Right. Sorry, I should have been more clear.
Yeah.
3 if it falls under your type,
I would.
and then
s-
just one.
How do I know if some has fallen under my type?
it's calculate, investigate, or comprehend for you, so you can max
Okay,
out
so
3.
I think investigate is maxed out for me.
Fair.
So okay, cool. So I have 5 in mind. And then in 3, so that's 8 dice.
Yep.
Okay, I need more.
Surely you cannot fail.
Okay, hold on.
Hang on, snuggling a puppy.
That's fair.
Baby!
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah. If I suddenly like drop from stream, it's because
So
my puppy
small.
likes to eat power cables. She's 16 weeks and she doesn't know any better yet.
Oh, she's so
Precious
small.
baby.
She is the cutest. And also an absolute menace because 16-week-old puppy, and they have 2 settings. Angel and Unholy Terror.
Okay, so the lowest.
Or off, you're right, 3
the
settings.
lowest I got was a 3. 1, 3,
I'm mainly interested in how many 6s you have.
2.
That is enough for a success. You do not find any black mold. You don't smell any hallucinogenic gases. Nothing
birds can
that would
talk.
suggest nothing that would suggest that you are mentally more impaired than normal.
Okay. I am never mentally impaired. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Look, I have friends who have teenage children, and their teenage children are mentally impaired on their best days.
They have.
It has to do with an
uncle and
absolute
Anna
lack.
shoot-
No, your prefrontal cortex is
Mhm.
not fully formed.
It's
Your
not.
hormones are soaking in everywhere, and you are
That's fair. That's
sentient on a good day.
fair. Okay. I remember being 14 differently, but
Yes, that is called survivor's bias.
fair. Survivor's bias.
But nothing in the treehouse suggests that there is a collective outside influence that would make you
I was
all
not
think
noticing
birds
that.
can talk.
Okay, it's like, okay, so the only logic. Okay, so there's like a moment, and I just sort of like, hey, do the birds have like a walkie-talkie on them or something? Like
They-
tied to them?
They don't have hands, Brian.
No, but someone could have tied a walkie-talkie to the birds.
That would be a lot of really small walkie-talkies.
Nicolina.
I know.
Did they
But
have
like,
walkie-talkies?
but that is. I'm just looking at the possibilities of, you know, before we automatically switch to like birds can talk. I'm trying to think of other possibilities of
I
why
think-
we're hearing them.
Wouldn't a
I think that's
walkie-talkie make them
really-
unable to fly?
I think it's really complicated.
It's not that complicated. Are there walkie-talkies on the birds?
But then they couldn't fly.
If it's not a heavy walkie-talkie, they're fine. Pigeons used to carry messages in war.
Paper walkie-talkie.
Look, it's an easy answer. Nicolina, did you see a walkie-talkie? Big
No,
or low?
I didn't get close enough.
Okay.
Blatantly lying.
Well, you didn't catch one, so
Do we need to catch a pigeon?
Like, what are the pigeons doing now? Have they settled down? Or are they still like circling or like fluttering or something?
they've like they fled in a panic and realized the best food is on the field they were on, so they've like settled down a little ways away, but still on the same farmlandish area.
Do you want to go back? I don't really want to go back.
Maybe we could all work together to catch a pigeon
What
and
are we gonna do with it?
interrogate it.
Oh,
I don't know.
does
Or
anyone?
we could just
Waterboard-
forget
are
we
you gonna
ever heard.
waterboard the pigeon?
Maybe
what?
we. Okay, but we could also, alternatively,
I think
forget
that's
we
still
ever
a
heard
crime.
talking pigeons in our lives.
How can you just forget that you heard pigeons talking?
We could
It's
just listen to
literally
music.
like the most fantastical thing that has ever happened in our lives. Talking birds.
When I'm trying to forget about something, I usually just pick an album.
Wait. I wonder if. Okay, does anyone have any pigeon food, first of all?
You mean seeds?
We have
Oh,
Oreos.
Okay. Maybe they'll like Oreos.
Did they have Oreos in the 80s in Sweden? I don't know.
Look, they have
Okay.
culturally thematic Oreo substitutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, and we could try just talking to them back.
Do you want me to like throw an Oreo at you?
No, but you could like throw it down on the ground.
Well, I figured you'd catch the Oreo.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll
Are you
catch
are
it.
you like
I'm a little
are
rattled because of the whole like pigeon thing. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just pigeons.
Can I ask a quick question? Like, are pigeons? Like, what is the normal sort of like? Do we normally encounter pigeons out this far? Do they look like the normal type of pigeons that we would
Yeah.
see that are hanging out, or like, are they like weirdly colored? Like, you know how fancy pigeons are different colors as opposed to.
They are a regular color. They look a lot like normal pigeons, but it is a larger group than you're used to.
Mm.
And
Like, as opposed to like there being like maybe 10 of them hanging out. There's like a lot more than that.
there is. You can roll a comprehend for me, please.
Comprehend. I'm not good at that.
Comprehend.
Comprehend is a mind. So that's
It
3.
is.
I have 1 6.
There are more pigeons than you're used to seeing in a singular flock, and like behind you everyone's bickering about whether or not they can pretend they never heard pigeons talk, and you're observing them like out on the field. They seem to be cooperating as a group on a level you've never seen pigeons cooperate before. Like, two of them are trying to like pick up a piece of tarp to get to shoots underneath, and they fail the first time, and then two more pigeons come over to help pick up the piece of tarp while three others get under it.
Like they're doing more complex things than like flipping
They're
like potato
practically
chip bags over.
Exactly.
They're doing
Corvid
like
levels almost.
Yeah, that's like they're doing Corvid level problems.
They're a step away from using tools. They are, if two fail at a task, two come to help and they figure things out.
God, this is just like the graboids and tremors.
I think they're like really smart pigeons. I don't think you can just throw an Oreo at them.
Oh my God, they're
like a cookie at them.
No, I think we're just gonna see if we can like feed a pigeon something tasty and then talk to it and see if it also understands us, and then ask what the heck is going on.
Okay.
So if Brian throws me a cookie, are you prepared?
I just dropped the whole bag of Oreos.
Are you prepared to make the offering?
Legally distinct Oreos, please.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Sweetios. No.
Sweetios,
Sure.
yeah.
Sweetios.
Chocolates.
Full bag of Sweetios.
I do take like two of them out the bag before I drop them, and
Smart.
I have a snack.
I give one to Lucy, and I eat the other one.
Right. You're gonna have to come with me though. Not like
Yeah, okay. I'll hold the bag.
we're gonna approach. I'm going to try to very conspicuously. I don't know if the pigeons are paying attention to me anymore. I'm going to very conspicuously put my stick down. I'm gonna wave it around and then I'm gonna put it on the ground.
Very
In
clear. I
case-
am not a threat.
Yeah.
I don't want to
they're
bring
paying
you.
attention. In case they're paying attention. I don't know if they're paying attention.
On that 2 6s, you have. So there's like they've made like a perimeter. And like the outer perimeter is watching you while the rest is foraging. They've set up guards.
Oh,
The pigeons have set up guards.
we're enemies now.
Well, you did run at them with a stick.
It's true. You're gonna.
Maybe we can negotiate with the pigeons.
I'm just saying, cause and effect. You ran at them with a stick. Maybe don't blame them for putting out guards.
No.
And
They messed up my bike.
I'll be closer.
Look, they
this
did what
time than
pigeons
10
do.
feet. Close enough to hand off another Sweetio.
I'm gonna hold out. I imagine because this package got dropped, it's now mostly like pieces.
Oh yes, they're
of
not
cookies.
intact.
So I'm gonna like take like a handful and I'm just gonna like sort of like toss them out like breadcrumbs in front of me.
The guard pigeons are successfully distracted by the crumbs of the Swedish. You go, look. They start pecking at it.
Okay.
Somewhere nearby, a farm dog is growling at the farm puppy. Can you please leave me alone?
Okay, now what?
I don't really know birds. Do any of these look friendlier than another one? Because we should talk to the friendliest looking one. That one has like a little white spot. Is that friendly?
I don't know. Hey, I say in the direction of some pigeons.
One of them looks at you and goes, what?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, now what? They didn't give us questions. Lucy and Brian didn't give us questions.
Uh,
How are you?
Good. That was good. Yeah.
You know, good and bad.
Sure.
I
What's
found
your
some
name?
corn earlier.
Oh,
That was good.
Is
My
it
head
you?
kind of hurts this bad.
Your head hurts because of the corn?
Isn't that what I said?
No, I'm sorry. I
toss more cookies out.
Yeah, they just keep pecking away at them.
solid.
Where are you from?
Good. Yeah. That one's a good one.
Just around here.
Around. We're
Kind of.
also from around.
Okay, sure. Do you have any more of them? Cookies?
Yeah. I toss them out. I don't want to. Nicolai doesn't want to get close to these pigeons because, like, you know, her mom has told her not to grab pigeons because she might get sick. So
Solid.
she's just kind of.
You hear two of the pigeons behind you when you're sort of talking. They go, this is some good shit.
Throws more cookies. Lucy, Brian, can you help?
What are we doing?
Do you have bird questions?
Have you asked them how long they can how they learned how to have they always since when can they talk?
Ask them what their favorite color is.
Oh, can birds see color?
Oh yeah.
Are you aware you can talk?
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you always been able to talk? Like, we're curious because, like, most of the time, we've never experienced conversations with, like, birds before.
You're the first non-pigeon I'm talking to.
Oh, hey, that's kind of cool, right?
I think. Okay. You messed up my bike. Wasn't very nice.
What's a bike?
Okay. You know, I should have expected that.
No, that's fair.
Okay, that pigeon is lying to you because that other pigeon knew exactly what a bike was and knew that he shat on it.
That's true.
Maybe they have different knowledge bases. Maybe one is older.
Actually, the lack of a pigeon hive mind comforts me greatly.
Yeah.
They go, this should be a comfort to you. They're not the Borg.
Hey, what's your favorite color?
It's like this deep magenta, but it shifts to like this bluish purple when the magnet lines align.
I don't know what color that is.
I think
like-
birds can see lots of colors.
Mine's
So like
red.
Oh, yeah, they
north
could
to
probably see
south.
ultraviolet. Yeah.
Yeah, so like north to south it's like this pinkish purple but with a blue tone, and then south to north it's a different color, and it's so cool. I don't like
Brian.
west to east though. We don't do west to east.
Look at all.
Do you need help? Like,
Any of more of them cookies?
I'm kind of
Guess
running
you-
out of them, but
I think Lucy is
Well
gonna
then fuck
sneak.
you.
I think Lucy's gonna sneak down out of the treehouse with whatever other snacks we have. What other snacks do you think would be in our snack box?
Potato chips, like for sure.
For sure.
Like maybe like I don't know, was Fritos like a thing in
Pigeons would love Fritos.
Legally
Yeah,
distinct Fritos.
legally
Those
distinct
are corn based. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
some
I think
some
I would bring the
corn chips.
Frito, the
Yeah.
not Fritos.
Probably trail
Yeah.
mix, like
Fritos.
the non,
Yeah.
like the dregs, the stuff that, you know, people didn't prefer out of the trail mix.
The animal
yeah.
crackers.
Muesli.
pretzels.
Definitely
I'm
just-
bringing the non Fritos
yeah.
because they're
Okay.
corn based.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for swinging my stick at you.
Yeah, that was scary. You're so big.
We are non-violent. Hi,
She did swing a stick at us though.
we're supposed to be non-violent. Okay, I have Fritos, not Fritos, Fritos.
Smells good.
Fritos.
It's a weird color. That's a weird color, but they smell good.
Okay, here, have some.
happily pecking away.
But you've always been able to talk.
I'm a little stuck on that word. Always? What does
Ask
that
them
mean?
if they're from outer space.
Are
Or
you
the
from outer
Fey
space?
realm.
Are you from the Fey
We
realm?
live in the fields.
Okay.
I just
How
don't know what
long?
always means.
Like
Oh.
there wasn't a time before when you.
What's time?
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Almost kind of having like she doesn't know the word for it, but like borderline existential crisis about the whole color thing.
Look, pigeons are great with color, terrible with time.
No, that's
Fair.
Doesn't your mom do like science things? Like, I feel like.
Yeah. What would your mom
my
say?
mom. I thought you were asking the pigeon.
Oh.
She does.
My mom's over there.
I don't
She's. My mom's under the tarp.
Oh yeah, what's going on with the tarp?
There's these like sprouting beans and they're real good.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart to get.
When did you find those beans?
And
How many
What?
sunrises?
What do you
ago-
mean?
How many sunrises ago did you find those beans? How many sleeps ago did you have find those beans?
Like. I don't think I know numbers, man.
Oh.
Do any pigeons
All
here
right,
know
dude, I get
numbers?
it.
I love this concept that the pigeons know about the concept of numbers, but don't know individual numbers.
I know, right? I will let Nicolina and Lucy, actually also Alma, you can roll contact for me.
Contact.
I'm excluding Brian because of the questions you've asked.
Yeah. Brian is like hanging kind of like outside and just like yelling at them because he's like, I'm not walking in a field, okay?
Ew, gross.
I've
So,
Alright.
one success.
Also
was-
one success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so what is it again? The skill?
Contact.
Contact.
so that's
Contact. Okay,
Heart.
and, which is hard. So
I have
Because I apologize to the pigeon.
Could I also like try and remember if my mom has had any like pigeon feathers or anything on her?
Yep,
Or,
you
like, any
can
pigeon-related-
roll comprehend for your mom.
I did
That's
not roll a
weird.
single 6.
Okay, Lucy, you don't know shit.
I know
Uh,
beetles.
I think
Exactly.
they're from the Fey realm.
They're from- Either
Like, these are
outer
clearly
realm,
fairy
Feywild, outer
Yeah.
space, something along those lines. Nicolina, though, I'm pretty sure I heard a 6 there.
And me.
So these birds are weird. You think you don't know, you're no like bird experts. If you want to get a better clue about what's happening here, you can either go to the library or nearby, in a conveniently secluded house, there lives an ornithologist.
You mean the old murder shack?
To be fair, rumored to have gone mad, but an ornithologist nonetheless.
Please tell me this ornithologist just has an emu.
No.
Just
Not
quirky.
that he-
Time out. I didn't
Honestly,
say
he
a live
might.
one.
Honestly, he might.
He just
I'm
thinks he
not
An
does.
taxidermied emu just like on the front porch to deter people away from going to his porch.
So here's the thing.
These things are
He's
mean.
rumored to have gone mad,
Yeah.
and that he once broke his legs when he tried to jump off a cliff wearing a bird costume, so he doesn't need the emu to deter people from visiting him. They're already not visiting him for other reasons.
Okay.
He sounds like the kind of person who would somehow make birds talk.
No,
That's
this does feel on brand. I did not get any success for remembering anything about my mom.
Look, you don't know what your mom does.
Nope.
She
Maybe
just
she
goes to
does
work.
teach at the high school. I
Maybe
don't
she
know.
does. Who knows?
Do you think?
But both Alma and Nicolina would know about the ornithologist, sane or otherwise, living nearby. His name is Mats Stingblood. I will put it in chat so you have the correct spelling.
Thank you.
You.
And yeah, the main rumor is that he tried to fly off a cliff. Some people said it was a suicide attempt, but that's less imaginative, so that's not the prevalent story.
Nicolina, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, do you think like
Rafa,
the bird
Rafa.
guy,
Yeah,
like,
old Birdman.
I'm still feeding them Fritos.
I think like he knows. Are these like his birds? Do you think they're his birds?
We could ask.
Okay, I think we should ask.
I don't think we should go inside, if I'm being honest. But I think we could stand on the porch and ask him.
Yeah. I think Lena like briefly considers how to capture a pigeon, but that doesn't seem very nice after she waved a stick at them.
It would be a move roll.
Yeah, she doesn't like she
You
considers it. She considers it, and then she's like, "That would be very nice." She's already been mean to them, so she keeps that as an inside thought.
Putting it away.
Hey, do you have a name that we could call you?
Me?
Yeah.
We don't really. So your names are sounds, but we look at the colors of the feathers. So that's like a really long description. So I'm like 2 purple feathers under the green feather next to the black feather on the left side of my crew. So yeah, I guess that's my name.
Lucy is writing this down.
Almost got into another existential crisis.
Well, will you still be here if we like leave and then come back?
Well, when the colors turn more blue, we go to sleep somewhere.
Oh, we do that too.
Hey, that's nice.
Do you have somewhere
Okay.
safe to sleep?
Oh, we just like there's some trees nearby. They're like above a shed. They're nice, but it's not. So lately, it's been less safe,
That's
and some of us like didn't wake up in the morning, and they're like still there, but not awake, and they're getting really cold and kind of liquidy. So it's not like it's not as nice a place as it used to be. Well, we don't really have a different place, so we just keep going back there. But yeah, like 4 or 5 or like numbers are really hard. So like they flap their wings. Like I know like 100 of us are like on the floor. They won't get up again. But we we don't really have a different place to go to.
Can you hop in the direction of that shed, please? Or point
Yeah,
or something.
Sure. Yeah. And they sort of hop towards the east side of Lunda.
Okay.
Which is also where the ornithologist lives.
Oh, convenient.
The
I
thick
just
plottins.
jorked my whole map.
How
Oh, I
far
see it.
away from the treehouse is everybody at this point? Like, do I need to start climbing down to catch up with them?
Probably. If you want to catch up
Okay.
with them, yes.
Yeah, so like seeing that y'all are going in a different direction and out of earshot, I'm just like slightly frustrated about this, but also it's like I really want to know about the Faybirds, and so I have like I am the dog goes down first. Which, by the way, if y'all are all wondering how this dog climbs this ladder, it's a border collie. Like, dog is down first. I'm down second, and then I kind of have him leave me in like the less bumpy area to catch up with y'all. Like,
I don't think we left the field. I mean, we wouldn't have left the field and
Yeah.
left you behind, but I think
Yeah.
we are a ways off.
Thanks for that sounds very scary. Genuine, like
It is, but we don't have like a nice place with like a roof and bedding or anything, because that's what the elders sometimes talk about. That back in the days we'd have like beautiful houses with like, I don't even know what the word means, but they use the word gabled roofs, and we'd like all tuck in together when the light turns blue, and then people like you but without the sticks would come and also feed us, and they'd love us, but then they abandoned us, and now we're on our own. So we just try, and we can just keep trying.
Lucy is
If it-
horrified. Lucy's getting a little emotional.
Yeah, no, almost like
Lucy's gonna go to the
scrubbing away.
library and learn about the history of carrier pigeons.
If it helps, I also don't know what a gabled roof is.
They're at least very pretty, and it keeps you warm. I don't know, warm. Well, it's very warm now, but it sounded like a nice warm, and now it's a not nice warm.
Hey guys, we should put something on our treehouse so that they can live in it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of allergic to feathers.
Maybe we could make a like bird tree house in like the next tree over.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
if
make
we
the birds a
find out,
house.
I think if we find out first how they stop dying and turning into the like, I don't know if it's like a regular like.
No, that's definitely more
decomposing or,
plot
like, a
relevant.
special-
I think.
Should we just not call wildlife and fisheries?
I mean,
I think my mom would be mad if I got.
I don't agree with
Cops.
contacting the authorities.
I'll also point out wildlife and fisheries is not a
cops.
thing in the 80s on this island in Sweden,
They're
but
not,
that's
but-
a very US-centric way of thinking.
Yeah.
Also talking
Yeah.
to like the weird Birdman seems, I don't know, could be kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm going to inform the pigeon that I'm picking up my
I'll
stick.
have you know I have a cloaca, don't call me man.
I'm going to inform the pigeons that I am going to be picking up my stick, but I will not be waving it. I just need to bring my stick with me. I'm sorry for waving my stick at you again.
It's okay. You got us food later, so that was nice.
Sorry, do you have a cold?
I have a what?
Like, do you have a cold? Do you have the
A
flu?
what?
You're like really congested. Like you sound.
Birds can get the flu. I don't know where you got that. It's not a thing. I might be allergic to feathers though.
Okay. Like, do you need like an antihistamine?
Also don't know what that is.
Oh, hold on a second.
Benadryl.
And I pull out I have a satchel, like a shoulder bag, and I pull out like nondescript Benadryl because that's the only real antihistamine that existed in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay, we're feeding the wild talking pigeon Benadryl.
But it's okay. I
Nothing but solid choices so far.
But I kind of like crush it. I like crush it up so that it only like is
the
a little
pigeon-
bit of it. Yeah.
How do you know how much Benadryl to give to a pigeon?
I mean,
Are
I know
you,
how
like-
much to. I know how much to give to a dog.
My mom
And
said if
so
I
I'm
take too
just-
much Benadryl, I'll never wake up again.
I mean, it can cause you to hallucinate, but
It's not reassuring information.
So no, it's fine. It's fine. I have sometimes I take Benadryl. Roscoe takes Benadryl. It's fine. Like I'm just looking at this pigeon, and you weigh about
40 ounces.
40 ounces. That's like 1/8 the size of my dog. So I'm gonna give it an 1/8 or a 16th the size of my dog. So I'm gonna give it a 16th the size of the Benadryl. So can I roll some?
Have we all taken algebra in school yet?
Are we making a pigeon snort Benadryl?
Yes,
I'm
that's
gonna put
apparently
it
what's
on the
happening.
Frito.
I feel like the rest of us are like, that doesn't seem like a good idea, and Brian's just doing it. Like that's what I'm imagining.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the
Yeah.
skills and I'm looking for something that's like biomechanical because everything's like technology related. It's like a puzzle, right? We'll call it investigate.
Okay, which I have a +3 in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Exactly. I'm helping.
Which I have 8 dice in.
Please don't
This
kill
is
the
gonna
bird.
be
Please don't kill the
awesome.
bird.
I'm not. He's just gonna take a nap.
A very long nap.
He's gonna be able to breathe just fine.
With his 200 pigeon bunnies that never woke up again.
Okay, I got 1/6.
It's 200 now. Oh God.
201.
Yeah, I have 1/6.
You put the Benadryl dust on the legally distinct Frito. Fucking brand new sentence. Feed it to the congested pigeon. And he just sort of goes, I don't know what that's supposed to do.
Well, hopefully you'll breathe better and maybe take a nap.
I have
I actually feel pretty good.
I
You
have a
good?
question. You
Yeah,
said
pretty
that
good.
like you said like your head hurt earlier. Is that like
Yeah, is
does
that
like
better?
anybody else's head hurt? Or
All of our heads hurt. Yeah.
Did your head stop hurting like after you took the Benadryl?
No.
Okay. Because it could just be a sinus headache.
did like the
Birds
other
have sinuses.
did the other pigeons like before they went to bed and didn't come back wake up again like did their heads hurt worse than yours?
Oh, yeah, no. So the heads kind of always hurt now. The ones that didn't wake up were like bleeding. Look,
Ah!
there's blood. I think it's called blood. It's the red stuff that you need.
Yeah,
that's blood.
Yeah,
If
that's blood. Yeah, that's blood.
It should stay on the inside, but it wouldn't stay on the
yes.
inside.
Yes, that's bad for us too.
Really?
We have a lot
Yes.
in common,
Huh.
it turns out.
Everyone
We just
is
don't lay
connected.
eggs.
Humble
But
looks
the
over at
headache
Lucy
came
and
first,
sort of
and
like,
and the bleeding came later.
Where did you bleed from?
Well, I didn't.
Okay, it's a you collectively, you as the pigeons that did bleed. Where did you bleed from?
From the gruesome wounds all over their bodies. Yeah.
Where did the gruesome wounds come from?
In
Like
journalism
talons and
class,
beaks from other birds.
we called that burying the lead, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to lead with in
Yeah.
conversation.
Duly noted. This is my first conversation ever, so I will attempt to.
You're doing very well.
Wait, you
It's-
don't
it's
I'm
sour.
getting
too.
better. I used to be
Yeah.
very corn focused, but I feel like the longer we're talking, the better I'm getting.
Oh my god, he's like having like
so much
an
growth.
experience. He's getting high. That's what's happening.
When you say other birds, were these
Yeah.
like other pigeons or were these like different
No.
birds?
No. Pigeons would never.
Were the other birds
had to
mad
make
that
sure.
you can talk?
I don't know because I wasn't there, because otherwise my blood would be on the outside too, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want that, man.
No.
Okay.
You really need to talk to this bird man, right?
Yes, I think so.
What Birdman?
The
They
guy,
were talking about a bird man.
The guy who lives in the shed.
yeah, he
The
talks
guy
about,
that lives in that shed?
no, the other, not the shed with the dead birds, but like
No,
he
no,
has
the other one.
like a
Wait, there's a shed with dead birds? Like,
Oh, dear.
because I was trying to get down to walk.
yeah, no, so like
Yeah.
the Birdman, like, do you remember Dad
The other
saying
shed.
like, hey, there's a guy in a bird costume and he's heading for the cliff. Do you remember that, like, a while ago?
Yeah,
And
did
he
he
was talking
die?
to Mom and was like,
I thought he's dead.
no, I guess
No.
he's
He went to
alive."
the hospital where my mom works, and she said, I don't know why he's not dead, but that means he's not dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just assumed that if you jump off a cliff, you die.
No,
Like,
I
and,
kind of
like,
thought so
You
too.
usually do.
Yeah, because, you know, my whole thing is, like, I tuned out after I assumed he was dead, because it's like, you know, why would I care about a guy dressed up as a bird dying that I
What?
don't know? But he's not dead, he's alive, and he just lives in this shed?
Yes.
and knows
Okay.
a lot
I mean,
about
I don't know if
birds.
it's a shed.
Or knew a lot about birds. I guess maybe we don't know now that he's like hit
Yeah,
the
you
ground.
could have traumatic brain injury, then not know anything about birds, or know everything about birds and nothing about anything else.
I think my mom fixed him. I didn't really ask, but I just
What kind of doctor is your mom again?
My mom is a nurse, which means she's more important than the doctors.
That's what nurses like to tell you to make them feel good about themselves.
It's what they say when they look at their paycheck.
But so Birdman, and then if he chases us off with like a taxidermied stork or whatever, we can always go to the library later, right?
And then maybe tomorrow, probably not today because it might get dark by then, but like tomorrow we could go maybe look at the dead birds.
That sounds gross.
It does sound gross, but it might be a
sounds
source of
perfect
information.
for, like, nighttime skulking activities, though.
I would say the opposite, but you know, we can discuss.
We'll see. We'll see.
when we get there,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Hopefully
so,
not.
Birdman?
Okay. I'm gonna go grab my bike, but I'm gonna walk it because there's still bird shit all over it.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my boombox behind. I will retrieve it from the bottom of the treehouse.
I already brought my notebook along, so.
I literally
Very
wear
good.
my shoes.
I was gonna say.
And the dog's with me, like...
Were people confused about why all of this is being specified and who haven't played Tales from the Loop? If our characters keep a hold of what is considered their iconic item, it can give them a boost to a roll at a later time. Which is why it's quite important that Alma collects her boombox, because you don't want to lose that +2 you're going to
No.
need at some point.
No. Also, to be clear, that is an in-game mechanic, but also
Yes.
Anniek does take very careful accountings of what we have with us when, what volume are we speaking at, are
Who's
we...
nearby when you're speaking at that volume?
Yep.
Birds.
Look.
Only birds. Just birds.
You debated a coup on a crowded barge and then got mad at me that people overheard you. I'm just saying,
You were
maybe look
right.
around before you plot someone's downfall.
Look, we were morally justified, but you were mechanically right.
My favorite kind of mechanical right. Look, rules are guidelines and or vibes unless I can use them against you, and then they are law. I know who I am.
I also wanted to reiterate for players who maybe have not played with you before or played with you recently.
I will let you do anything you want so I can kill you with it later.
I'm familiar with this style of GMing.
I'm very curious how a Benadryl pigeon is gonna kill me later.
Again, though, this could be
Kill is a
mystery 1 of
metaphor.
4, so I can always kill you in a mystery or 2.
True, that's true.
Anniek is also usually involved in the there are things worse than death category of gaming here on Sword Key.
Congratulations, you're going to live forever as a pearl on an underwater serpent's necklace, screaming in agony for all of eternity. We should play Sunken again.
We should.
Anyway,
The
kids, as a
Yeah.
collective group, collected all of your important belongings, duly noted. It's afternoonish, and you have to head east of the town. Feels like it's overreacting, but village feels like it's underreacting. East of the settlement. Everybody on their own bike? Are we walking? Are we... What's logistically, what's the
Walking.
plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say walking.
yeah.
It's warm, it's gross, there's insects. Are there any conversations that would be happening during this walk, or are we plodding along in silence? Plodding along in silence is a valid answer. I'm not to put pressure on you.
I think if we don't hear, or at least as long as Alma doesn't hear any other birds speaking human languages, there might be an attempt at a like normal conversation, like so how's the wrist, Nicolina, or like heard any good non-Beatles related music lately, Lucy?
She's really thinking. She's really thinking.
And if there's no like full conversation to be had, if it's just like, you know, she'll let the conversation die into, because I assume, you know, there is some reflection to be done on like what we just experienced, but also
Question: is Benadryl Pigeon coming with us?
Absolutely not.
I was gonna say you could ask.
I kinda
Even if you
want-
ask, he's like
Doesn't work.
under the tarp looking for those seedlings.
Okay, so he doesn't want to come with us. Okay. We're gonna call his name is now Benny. So
Benny.
yeah. Like
Pretty sure it
that-
was 3 purple feathers next to... Sure, Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name is
Nickname
now
Benny.
Like a really long visual name.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna call him Benny for short.
Oh. I found
Okay.
at the record store the other day, I found Paul McCartney's Pipes for Peace album. That's not Beatles.
I think that's still Beatles related. It's a member
No,
of the,
no, they broke up. It's not.
It's like adjacent.
Adjacent is not the same.
So what you're saying is you're never gonna get new music.
No, because there's still 3 of them who are alive and making music.
But you're never gonna get them.
Maybe
music.
someday. Maybe someday in the future. Maybe someday they'll
Like
be able
you
to.
think they're gonna revive? Like they're
No, they
gonna,
could.
Like,
They could use a computer and. Oh god.
and like artificial intelligence to like record their voices and make that sounds like some Starship Trooper Star Trek kind of stuff. Like I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. Sorry.
Definitely
Oh,
not.
You
my
you
wrist is
just
fine.
need-
I'm really
oh
glad
yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
I sprayed across it.
I feel like I need to step in here with your Starship Trooper Star Trek kind of bullshit.
yeah.
You do live near the loop,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
why I
a
said
time
computers.
and energy converting weird magic Doctor Who Stargate kind of wormhole.
Mhm.
That is true. That is
Mad
But-
science is your backyard.
Has it spit out any deceased musicians yet?
No.
Not yet. However,
Okay.
Any day now.
any day now.
I think instead of joining in on the what counts as Beatle adjacent or not, Alma will just like hit play on her boombox, which probably picks up on a like partially cut off.
Oh, you're one of those people with their phone music on speaker.
Yeah, I mean it's not blasting, but it's like
It is
playing.
we
It's a
put our
boombox.
phone before that. It's just the beatbox. Like that was a cultural thing
Yeah.
of just
It's a
having your
boombox.
box. Yeah, playing your
explains
There's
just
no
use a
other no other
boombox.
setting.
Not a
Headphones
Walkman.
used to only be available in a studio setting.
Yeah, so
They
these are
required
just
too
like
much power.
taped off the radio.
It has like 6 D batteries inside of it.
Oh yeah, it's hefty.
Yeah, and it has maybe like 4 hours of power before you have to replace the batteries.
Yeah.
You're carrying it on one shoulder, you have like this big sweat stain where you're carrying it.
Classic. Classic.
At least Brian smells better than he did yesterday, okay? So now you're the stinky one.
I smell great.
Exactly. Almost becoming the stinky
I'm still
one.
trying to process that. Like, I'm not gonna have a conversation about it until I figure out like what happened.
Someone just pointed something out. Like, sometimes I just don't realize that I'm sitting in my voice tube.
Again, as someone who has friends with teenage boys who can spend an hour showering and still not have all of their hair wet, there's a miasma. It has nothing to do with the supernatural.
It
And
just
everything to do
happens.
with teenage boys.
My autistic mind just went, oh, so they have a shower cap.
Nope. No, they wash their hair, and yet not everything is damn magic.
Just so it doesn't bite me in the ass later, I am not going to play it longer than like half an hour. I think the moment Machinista comes on, I'm gonna go, oh heck yeah, and then end on a high note.
Fair. A, good choice for not having your boombox playing while approaching the house of a madman. And B, good battery conservation thinking skills. And C, I love that you've played with me long enough to be completely paranoid, because that means I trained you well. Proud of you. There were some regrettable decisions at the start, but we're getting there. So we are talking east of Lunda, sort of. Ooh,
Yes.
hang on. Let me check what map I'm showing you so I can see what I can and can't say. Do you see those concentric red circles on the map?
Yes.
So if you look at the black dot for Lunda and you look straight east, the first concentric red circle is roughly where the house you're looking for is.
Sick.
Cool. Cool.
Leading question. How are you approaching this house? It's a house. It's not like a hut.
Yeah.
Not some kind of huge compound. It's a pretty solitary house. So there's not much around as you're approaching the area. People rolled high enough or rolled enough successes to know pretty much where you're going.
How's like the walkway situation to the house? Is there like a little concrete walkway to the front door? Is there a driveway for a vehicle? Is there stairs? A porch? Like
as you're approaching, as you're approaching this house, you know, people. This guy used to be like on TV talking about birds. Got bitten by a swan. Full decline. You're heading to this house. It's next to a meadow with tall grass, lots of wildflowers, like really scenic, really pretty. The house itself is completely dark, 2 stories high, and you can't really see a walkway other than the fact that it's there's this high metal fence with a gate, and then there is like a gravel walkway heading towards the front door. If you look a little closer, which I feel like Brian is doing based on the questions you're asking, the windows do seem to be covered with something texturized, and there's a lot of birds on the house.
What kinds of birds?
All kinds of birds, like a disturbing mixture of birds. Like these birds shouldn't be sitting together.
Are they native birds to Sweden?
Yes.
Do I get... Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, there's not a bald eagle on the...
That'd be hilarious.
Or an
There's
emu.
not a bald eagle. There's a
Do-
cassowary. No, wait.
Oh no.
Does the stuff on the windows, the textured stuff, seem to be the kind of thing people would put on their windows to stop birds from hitting the windows?
No,
Okay. That was just my immediate thought.
that is fair. It is not. Actually, I think it looks most familiar to Nicolina.
So really weird. Okay. Do I know what it is? Or is it just like vaguely familiar?
If you look a little closer, like if you take a little time to like, yeah, exactly. It's 100% bird shit.
Ah. It's just bird shit.
Covering the windows?
Covering the windows.
Like piled up in front of it, or like plastered
No, like a
over it?
layer on it.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
The way my car looks every Monday morning because I have to park it under a tree.
Yeah, but gravity's on its side there. Like,
I have feelings.
I don't think we should sneak up on this guy.
Yeah, so there's a high middle fence. The gate, if you try the gate, it's locked. The garden's pretty overgrown. Yeah, you can put your bikes away nearby, or...
Well, I went at the birds first, so I'm not going in first. Somebody else has to do it.
Those birds on the house, by the way, it's not like a regular roof that birds have sort of just parked themselves on. There are perches specifically for birds everywhere. When you were saying, oh, we should make like a spot for the pigeon next to our tree house, this entire garden, bird houses, bird feeders, everywhere.
I don't think that man should be trusted in high places anymore.
Yeah. Alma, I think you should knock on the door because your mom is also a scientist.
Is he a scientist or does he just really like birds?
His
He was
So-
on TV.
ornithologist,
the people-
scientist.
the people who passed this contact role, he was like a small scale celebrity. He had a nature program on Swedish television, like specifically a
Coyote
bird related nature program. And then the swan attack happened, and he became a recluse.
Oh my god, what if like he got infected with bird rabies?
What if he's like Swan Man now?
Or
Like
he
Spider-Man?
thought
already
he
est-
was Swan. He thought he was Swan Man. That's why he like maybe he thought he became a were swan, and that's why he jumped off after getting bit by the swan. And so that's how he like jumped off, because he
Yeah.
thought, I'm a were swan now, so of course like I can like fly because swans can fly, and I'm now part swan.
Yeah.
What books are you reading these days?
Not a question.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, this guy with long hair on the cover.
Is it is it like a Metal Gate with like the
Any words, Eva? I beg you. I can't go off of
like, is there anything I can step on, or is it like those like iron gates where like
iron gates with like this spijlen?
right? Thank you.
Look, I have an excuse. This is not my native language.
I know.
You do not have an excuse. This is your native language.
Yes, but my brain is on non-helpful
Bars?
medication.
That seems wrong.
Bar.
Spills.
Spills, I think, might be the technical term that nobody ever calls them. But yeah, like
Valid, but bars. No crossbars, only
up and down
columns.
bars. Yeah,
No rows, only columns. Let's just excel this.
perfect. And how tall is it?
Ooh, taller than you are. 6 something.
Okay, like could. And the fence is high.
Equally high.
Yeah.
Slightly higher because there's like the decorative scroll work.
Okay.
Can be crazy. You can still have a pretty garden.
Okay. I'm gonna try something, and if that doesn't work,
My favorite sentence.
will someone give me like a leg up or like hold the bike or something so I can?
Yeah, I was thinking I was thinking of like could hold the bike and then you just hop over.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stand as close as I can, like line of sight to the door if possible.
Okay.
Because it's not super far away, right? The house?
Yeah, it's not like a mansion with a 10-mile driveway.
Right. And I'm
Close enough to see the shit windows.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna holler
And all the
at
bird perches.
him. Mr. Tingblad, hello? We have bird questions for you. Mr. Only the Birdman can answer. We need your help.
All my
Birds
thumbs
are
up.
in danger.
Okay,
Birds
so
are dying.
That's technically true.
I don't want to get into this again, but you have like the you have 2 floors.
Yeah.
We have the ground floor, which is the term we're using. And then you have the upper floor, because fuck saying the word first floor.
Yes.
Behind, it's a thing. Eva's character nearly died because of these ground floor,
It's
upper,
very
first
important.
floor
There are
differences.
2 above ground levels to this house. The one you enter on
Yes.
is the ground floor, and then there's another floor above it.
On the not ground floor, behind the shit covered windows, you do see they're not fully opaque. So behind some of these shit covered windows, you can see a figure sort of moving back and forth.
I'm gonna shake the gate a little bit so that the like lock rattles.
It rattles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Tingblood, like, I know it's more polite to knock on your door, but like you wouldn't risk child safety and bird safety making me hop this gate, right? Because I'll do it.
There's no response.
Okay, I guess I gotta hop the gate.
What if he isn't home?
Well, something's in there.
Maybe it's birds.
Yeah,
Oh my god, what if he's just 3 birds in like a tracksuit?
Like three swans in a tracksuit.
What if the swan replaced him when it bit him?
I don't have any defense against swans.
They switched brains, and like the ornithologist is in the swan now.
I don't know if I want to go in there anymore, guys.
What are the birds doing?
Oh, sure. Good question.
Bird stuff.
They didn't like react at all. They're just living their birdie lives.
They're just chilling.
All right.
In this group of birds, is there a swan?
Oh shit, good question.
No.
Maybe the swan lives in the house.
Probably, because he got bit by a swan, so clearly he's a swan now. That's how that works.
Can any of these birds talk?
Yeah,
Are you listening?
I'm gonna listen.
I mean, I would be too, because I'd be listening for a response. I'd be listening for human language words coming from anywhere.
Sure. You do not hear any of these birds talking.
Before I get hoisted over, is there anything climbable in the front yard?
In case you want to get back out?
Yeah. Or like a wheelbarrow, or piece of lumber, or
I mean, there's a lot of birdhouses and bird feeders. If you could topple one of those and like use this to scamper up.
that seems
How wide
Just
are the iron? Yeah, how wide are the iron bars? Can Roscoe fit through the bars?
No.
Okay.
Having met many border collies, his head will fit and then he'll get stuck.
Can he athletically jump over the bars?
No, but you can throw him.
I can't throw my dog. He weighs like 65 pounds.
Oh my
I
God.
can't
Again.
bend at the waist.
Look, all I promised is that your dog would survive.
Yeah, fair. Well, I was thinking, like, what if you, like, just, like, kind of use the dog to get up? Like,
If you
the
wait a
dog-
few
yeah.
hours, he can dig under, but then you're here at
that's
dusk.
so well, and then
You
he'd
could be
all
here
sore. Okay,
If you
like,
want to be here after
I'm gonna
dark,
do
I am here for it.
hoist
I'm
me
gonna do
over.
something. I'm gonna pick up a rock and I'm gonna throw it at the window.
Oh god.
That wasn't me, for the record, Mr. Yeah.
That might make him mad.
I'm gonna do
Let's
it. I'm just
see.
gonna
I
do it.
believe
Yeah.
that's force.
Yeah, which is a body roll, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So guess how many
Shouldn't
dice
be
I
your
get.
strong
This
point.
is gonna go super
No,
well.
no, I can't fucking.
I
like-
will say if you roll 0 successes, you might dislocate your elbow.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Just putting that out there.
Dislocate my elbow. Well,
I
I rolled
know.
a 6. Thank you very much. Look
I'm-
at that.
look,
It's even
look.
Water Tribe shaped.
Nice.
Like,
You know what condition you gave Brian?
true.
And EDS is super good at dislocating
It is
just
true,
about
it's
everything.
True. Yeah. EDS
But you
is
rolled a
pretty bad.
6 so your elbow stays in
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
The rock sails through the air, hits a window, some birds sort of flap up, land back down. The shape that you saw moving behind the upper floors gets more frantic, but doesn't seem to be moving away from the upper floor.
I turn to everyone and just like shrug now.
I
Like,
tried a thing.
I tried a thing. I imagine there's so much bird shit on the window that the rock did not go through.
The rock's
Oh,
just
no.
still there.
Yeah.
against the window.
Protective coating.
Yeah.
Okay, someone give me a leg up, but then, like, if you guys can work on the lock or something, in case, like, I need to make a hasty retreat, that would make me feel better.
I can help boost you up since I don't have a broken arm or a connective tissue disorder.
And you volunteered me. That would be super good. Thank you.
Literally only option left.
Roscoe's like, don't look at me.
I'd do it. It would just suck.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not allowing you to do that.
You could do it. It would have serious repercussions.
Yeah. I
Who
am
needs
a
their-
teenage boy.
Yeah, I would
Who
let
needs
Brian-
their
my
joints
body.
at this point?
Yeah.
I would let Brian make terrible decisions if he wanted to. That is not one of them.
Points aren't real. What are you talking about?
I assume this is a roll.
Who needs
What-
cartilage?
What kind of a roll is this?
I had proper
Body.
cartilage. Anyway,
Is it just
Move.
straight up?
I'm assuming I
No,
also have to
move.
roll.
Yes.
Um,
In D&D terms, we'd say roll to aid. Now, it's body move because that just has the ability to climb.
hey, I only have 2 dice to roll for this, so
Yeah, I had
Good
3.
luck.
Oh wait, I have a luck point.
I got a 1 and a 2, so
So Lucy's not that helpful.
Can I use my luck point?
And
Do I
then you
have
can
to announce
re-
that ahead of time?
No, you can use luck after you fail.
Okay, that's what push is, right?
Push
Oh,
is
no, push is
No, no. Push is take a condition to reroll, and luck is like a free reroll. And so normally luck would reset like after this mystery because they say this mystery 3 hours, but again,
Oh,
I
that's
know
why it
us.
said session balls.
Yes. So we're going to say every episode is a session. So if
Oh,
you use up
thank
all your
you.
luck now, you have more luck next session.
Okay.
Things that say once per mystery are once per this mystery.
Yeah.
So those don't refresh every week. If you use up all your luck today, you get more luck next week because I'm just calling episode sessions. Because otherwise I'm just hampering you bullshitting your way through 16 hours of content, and I want to encourage this.
Okay. I'm gonna use that to reroll then.
Okay.
Still did not succeed.
Oh no.
Okay. Look, this is a cooperative game, storytelling wise. It is me against you, but not when it comes to descriptions. Lucy, tell me what you do in an attempt to help Alma that causes her to fail miserably.
I'm gonna do the thing where you lock your hands together and try and boost somebody's foot up. But I lose my grip and drop her foot midway through lifting her.
Oh god.
Alma, what does that look like from your perspective?
I think I've like started to like try and pull myself up, but I don't have the momentum I thought I did, so I just drop and like jerk my shoulders. And then I think my second attempt looks like me like putting my feet against the bars and like trying to like Batman
Sorry.
and Robin my way up the wall. But I think I think I just don't have the upper body strength.
You don't have to upper. So we see Alma, like, Lucy buffing it. Alma trying to save something. Feet scrambling on the metal bars. Nicolina and Brian trying to pretend they're not associated with this fiasco. Alma, your feet slip. Your hands could have held you, only your shoulders can. You let go. Slam on the ground, shoulders to the earth. Your breath whooshes out of your body, and everywhere around this house, all of these birds, they just take the sky. You don't hear words, you don't hear voices, but you feel a sense of violence and purpose behind this giant flock of birds. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh, we're in trouble.
I hate it.
Ah,
Surely be fine.
Maybe I'm glad we didn't make it over that.
a sense of violence from the birds. Yeah, because if someone comes out of the house angry, we can now just book it. We're faster than old people.
We think.
Some
maybe
of you
not.
are.
Are we faster than birds?
No.
Anyway.
It's
Have
fine.
you, I'm sorry, have you seen people with EDS run without dislocating their knees, hips, ankles?
I
Yes,
can't
I
run.
actually have. So
I
do have a
haven't,
friend
because-
that I do have a friend that does have it. But like, yeah.
I stopped being able to run a couple years ago because of that. So
I have a friend who tries to run and her ankles just sort of give way every step unless we tape
Yeah.
them together.
yeah.
I particularly
Anyway.
do certain types of ankle exercises to keep me from tripping.
Oh, there you go.
We will find out how much bird-related trouble our kids are in next week when we are back here for session 2 of Signals from Above. For now, we're going to go around and we're going to let these wonderful people tell us who they are, what other exciting things they have going on. Eva's already looking gorgeous, but she's also going to do the channel stuff, so I'm going to make her go last. So we're just going to start with Gena, please. Who are you? What do you do? Where can people find you?
Hey, I'm Gena. You can find me on Blue Sky most of the time at Gena Than. If you remember me from last time I was here, I usually say there's an underscore. There is no underscore this time, if you know who I am.
Wash your toe hooves.
You can. Nope.
Absolutely disgusting llama.
You can also find me every other week on Entropy Emporium, where we play an ongoing D&D campaign. We are just starting Arc 2. I think this upcoming week is the off week, so that is next week on Fridays. The Entropy Emporium channel has a better sense of dates than I do, so double check that. I play criminal. That's all you need to know. That's all I'm doing these days. Maybe one day I'll have more things to say.
Who knows? As always, cast our fabulous player in all of your projects because they are fun and good, and we want them to have good things in their lives. Tori!
Hello, my name is Tori. You can find me all over the internet as that nerd Tori. I'm mostly on Blue Sky, like most people these days. I don't have any other actual plays going on right now. I kind of took the winter, early spring off because I was doing a lot of PT, threw my back out because of my darn connective tissue disorder. But
It's
now
a theme.
Yup. Now I'm kind of back. I don't have any other actual plays in this one right now, but if you happen to live in the Boston area, I am currently in the midst of a run of a radio theater production with the Post Meridian Radio Players. We're doing our spring adventures, including Most Dangerous Game. And then, a gender swapped Most Dangerous Game, by the way. It's ladies. Anyway, and then so that runs this coming weekend, and then the following weekend you will be able to catch me at PAX East, where I will be working with Gena Gaming. So, and then hopefully I'll be in more actual plays coming up as well now that my back's feeling better.
Just wanted to point out that as a fellow back pain sufferers, Eva and I welcome all people with back issues onto the channel. We have had games where we had a break every hour for back-related problems. We know how you feel. All are seen and welcome here. Fuck my vertebra.
Mm-hmm.
Val.
Hi everybody, my name is Valdranth. You can find me everywhere as Valdranth. I produce TTRP streams for me and my friends this season over at my channel on Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. My friend Mallory runs some Girl by Moonlight with Daughters of EO, which is, a lot of gay shit happening in space because they're also doing the mech version of that. Eventually on Fridays, we will be returning with our Avatar Legends games. It's being delayed until May, but this Saturday we are premiering my very, very best friend Lan, and 6 of us are going to be premiering Kids on Bike actual play at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So if you kind of like similar vibes but a little spookier and lizards, you should come see us this Saturday over on my channel for our Kids on Bikes premiere.
Thank you very much. I'll go and leave Eva to go last so she doesn't have to stop talking to wait for me again. My name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns. On Blue Sky, I am at Anniekster. I keep forgetting social media is a thing, so I don't think I've posted there in the past few months. If you want to know what I'm up to, it's usually on the Sword and Key stuff because I am here. every Sunday, either playing or as a GM. I don't produce because I work in IT and technology scares me. But if I have a producer, I'm willing to run just about anything. But if it starts cute, it's usually gonna end up as horror because I have a very distinct lean in the kind of games I run. After this particular Tales from the Loop game, we'll be doing more Mothership on this channel. And after that, we're gonna have a little look around. I have 48 indie games I still want to run, so we're going to have to make some shortlists. But for those games, we will be casting. So keep an eye on the Sword and Key socials for casting calls, in case you want to play with us. Or me, because I can't promise that the people now here will be there as well. I don't think I have anything else to announce yet because we have like things to record and calendars to tame because I'm European and time zones are an absolute bitch and most streams are American time when I am soundly asleep. But we'll find time and places to do things. Next up, Mothership. That will be the next casting call going out for Sword and Key. Speaking of Sword and Key, Eva, take us home.
That was lovely. Thank you, Anniek. I am Eva. I produce and occasionally run games and definitely playing games here on Sword and Key. I don't know. I'll be running something sometime, at some point, again soon. Something casting calls. But in the meantime,
something finishing liminal horror at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. We'll talk. For Sword and Key, this week we have on Tuesday our usual Baldur's Gate 3 Gate Night run at 7 p.m. Pacific. We have Horizon's Call returning on Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific. You will see us. Almost knocked my tea over. Again here on Sunday. And that Sunday will also be the premiere of Thunderbolts Savage, Welcome to the Jungle at 3 p.m. And then it gets further into the future and time is wibbly wobbly and unknowable. But you can find us, I'm just going to type it in chat, socials, links? No, it's socials. All of our relevant links are available via our beacons, which is beacons.ai/swordandkey. You can always find our casting calls for whatever we're doing. I know we're dropping some Pride Month ones soon after Mothership. Aside from that, I think that's pretty much it, which means I'm forgetting something super important and major. So I apologize for whatever that is.
No, those are the things we can't mention yet. Because we don't have dates.
Right.
Because calendars. There's plans.
But
We have
there's plenty of
plans.
dates on calendars.
Also, my
There's-
brain is a sieve, so... we
Look,
are...
just assume I'm gonna run more horror games on Sundays.
It's either horror or Humblewood. It's gonna be one of the other.
Look, I just gave up 20 weeks for Humblewood. I get to run more games.
You do. Yes.
And
We'll
I'll need
decide what
people.
those are later.
Yeah.
We are going to be raiding out to Indoor Adventures. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next time. I don't have a catchy outro. Stay loopy? No, that's not. We'll workshop
Thanks
it.
for coming and
Thanks
also
for
showing
coming.
up.
Take care of
Just
yourselves.
workshop it. There's something about birds in here somewhere.
Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't
Birds
real.
aren't real.
Have a good one, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Legally distinct Oreos.